Lich and all that kind of stuff the session before, and we headed
Yeah.
over to the mines to fulfill that other quest that we had, because people were going in and then not coming out. And when we arrived, we saw a veil of darkness that we couldn't see into at all. So we all bravely decided to enter it, and then out of nowhere, a bunch of little 2 foot tall midgets came sprinting at us, and we just killed them wave after wave, like probably like 5 at a time, until eventually, old mate did a little scout around the room, saw the pile of bodies in the corner, the whole room lit up, and then we fought Satan himself, or someone that looked like him anyway. And yeah, we fucked him up. We all took shitloads of damage, and then he basically just got absolutely suicide bombed by his gene because he was doing shit for him. And then I died in the blast, and then you guys cast gentle repose on my body. So yeah, that's basically all that happened.
We're hoping to save your ass.
Maybe.
Oh, I still have Kyle muted. I forgot. Sorry, honey, not sorry.
Okay, he wasn't talking.
Kyle, you're suspiciously quiet for Kyle.
Oh, right. It's not
No one can hear you.
Who's this Kyle you speak?
You're not even lighting up at all. It says that you're muted, dude.
Look at that. I'm muting Dalton now.
Why am I muted?
No.
There you go.
You the one who just made the joke?
Yeah, I heard the recap. Before we start, I want to tell everybody, if you already have your character sheet imported into Roll20, then it's no big deal. But if you're currently using D&D Beyond to roll, I found a cool extension. It's called 20 Beyond, and it literally links D&D Beyond with any virtual table. If you're playing Tabletop Simulator, Roll20, Astral, Fantasy Ground, it'll link D&D Beyond to the tabletop automatically. So
Beyond 20 is definitely helpful.
yeah, I like Beyond 20 a lot. So I recently got that. So if I go to Kargar now, I can just click anything. And if you're like a DM or anything too, you can actually any stat block for like an item or an enemy.
You're cutting in and out.
You can roll for those and it'll pull into your tabletop.
I'm not gonna be bothered. I'm just gonna use Roll20.
Yeah, for
Fine, too, because I can't see the rolls. It's
No,
just
you
if
can-
anyone would like it out of convenience.
No, what do you mean? You can see the rolls. What do you mean?
No, he says he can
I
already
said
see the
that's
rolls.
fine because I can see the rolls, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
It's just if you wanted it.
I see.
I've just got both my character sheets up just in case. Like,
Dun dun dun. Hey, honey, can you bring me a pair of scissors real quick?
I don't like how Kargar has a +4 dexterity.
That could be out of proficiency.
You should see my +4 wisdom right now.
Ooh.
I
Alright,
get
I'll be right back.
You shouldn't like the +11 for persuasion.
So it has been a few days since the battle against the Jinn Warrior of Fire. Everyone can long rest if you have not already.
Yay, I'm not dead.
I'm just extra long resting, don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
A prolonged
Oh,
long
Argos.
rest.
I don't know who this Argos.
I also don't care.
Does
So?
Moth get anything on level 6? I forgot.
Alrighty.
Monks at level 6 get like magical punches.
Oof.
Oh yeah, key empowered strike and monostatic. Oh wait, we've been level 6.
Yeah.
So you guys
You guys
are
roll 11?
told by that advisor fellow, if you guys remember him, you were told that the king wishes to see you all for your success, and he will be back in a few days. And he asks you to take the time to rest after the severe battle you've had.
I can hear you eating those chips, Deacon.
Is there
Sorry, I'm
anything
mute.
is there anything specific someone would like to do before we just time skip to the meeting with the king?
Did they have an anti-death cleric?
They did not on hand.
Hmm.
No one quite strong enough for it.
Or druid. There's other things other than cleric, but yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
they didn't have anyone that could revive him.
so are we?
Well,
We're
cleric is
short
better.
resting. Is that what we're doing, or what?
You're long
resting, I
resting.
think.
Oh,
Yeah.
long resting. Woohoo!
Everyone can complete a long rest.
Yes, please.
A few of you might still be sore from the severity of the battle, but no one is actually injured anymore.
Nice. Feels good.
My
I
key
feel like my
hurts.
death was very like melodramatic. It's just like bam, explosion. Everyone's like, everyone good? No? Alright, good.
Ooh, that
Alrighty.
dice set.
A few days later, the advisor gathers you all to say that the king has returned. And you may refer to him as King Felix.
That's funny, because Legend's middle name is Phoenix. I mean, Felix.
Yes, it is. So you are brought before him.
Interesting.
This is him. Oh wait, you're not even on my page yet, are you? Oh yeah, you
No, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
His forehead looks attractive.
He looks at you all and says, I hear that you're the ones who have taken care of my mine issue.
Indeed, we are. We also took care of your lich issue as well.
I'm not familiar with that.
Well, we sent him a letter about it.
Oh, yes, that quest you had before you approached me, yes. I assumed as much when I heard that you were dealing with the mines. You had finished your previous ordeal.
I don't know
He
how.
he's kind of giving you all, not necessarily the stink eye, but more he's kind of looking over all of you to gauge abilities. He doesn't seem very impressed by anyone here, so he's kind of going through his head thinking, I sent many of my finest men down there to deal with this issue, and he's a little suspicious as to how you all were able to handle it.
Don't worry about it.
That just
You can
proves
know very
how much,
well.
that just proves how much better we are than anybody else you sent in. Like, I would say that is in and of itself the test.
I mean, it was I who had to convince the professor, father. Pulls out of the helmet.
Yep.
Of course. Of course, knew it.
He kind of, when you first started talking, Kaiser, he kind of recognized the voice a little, but he kind of dismissed it as in there's just that nah. And then when you pull off your helmet, he's like, "Oh my goodness." He's quite surprised. He says, Kaiser, I did not expect to see you home.
I didn't expect to come back home this early.
So you have joined the Adventurers Guild.
To improve my skills and improve myself even more.
You understand you must one day leave them to come home, yes?
He nods.
We all have our own
Well,
path.
It is certainly less surprising to find that you have finished this task knowing that my son was involved. My lineage is strong. And now he's kind of given his advisor the stink eye. Like, you let my son do this, dude?
No, father. I convinced him to do it.
His job is not to be convinced, it is to protect our family. A job which was performed poorly in the last few days.
I would say it is more likely that he knew of your son's worth and his abilities, and he knew he could do it because of your blood, And seeing he has such great companions as us, he knew we would succeed and bring great honor.
I knew you guys would succeed.
As you say that, Daniel also chimes in with "Your son is alive," as he, and the king rebuts, "But you all barely escaped alive. As a matter of fact," and he snaps his fingers, and two guards carry in Agios's body and kind of just put him on the floor. And he walks towards you and he says, "Not all of you were so fortunate." And he points down to the body. "What if this had been my son? My only son?"
I want to make a really bad comment about you can make more, but that's probably not a good idea. So I
Yeah.
don't do that.
I had that thought, but Kargar wouldn't say that, so I didn't say it.
You see a queen anywhere in this picture, honey?
I see a future queen if you want it. No, I'm just kidding.
God, yes.
With how your son fights, he was not at risk. As I recall, he was one of the people who got knocked out, was he not?
I was the one got knocked out, but I was also the one who took it down.
Oh, you were the one that took it down. I see. Okay. Yeah. But he didn't see that, so he'll chime in with most of you were found unconscious from the fight. Was my son not amongst them?
I would say that they were overtaxed from the fight and needed rest. I protected them until, and they were perfectly safe. And I was the only one still awake.
Daniel
My
even
son
said
is. Yeah, I see. I did see that. If my son is to, which would have fallen us even if a battle had not occurred. I see. Well, if my son is to one day be king of this land, he should not need to rely on protection from the likes of the rest of you. Having said that, you have all done quite well. And he takes off his blue cloak with the family crest on it, and he gives it to Kaiser.
I would say
Kaiser,
a good king.
if you look in your equipment, this cloak is already added in there.
I would say any good king
Yes.
or leader knows that you need to know when to depend on others and when to rely on your own strength and to choose others to fill in your weaknesses and to support and bolster your own strengths. One king does not lead alone.
Where
He
why is there
steps
boss
up
music
to
playing?
you. He steps up to, it's just kind of exciting music. Boss music is much more intense.
Okay.
My boss music has some death involved. This is just
This is-
action music.
these
He
are
steps
just
up to you, Remy, and he says, "You think you have earned the right to lecture me about what a true king is or needs or should do?"
A true leader gains knowledge from his people, just as he
You
leads knowledge to
are
his
not
people.
a true leader. I am.
Yeah, I think
Simmer
Kargar
down.
Kargar steps in and he goes, I don't think we should be questioning their kingdom or their family, or certainly Kaiser has a right to talk to his father or have squabbles with his father, but I don't think it's on us to do anything about, like, I don't know.
I wasn't
Kaiser-
lecturing or fighting. I was
It's
just.
not, you were like, you're not a good king. Like, that's
I
the kind
did
of
not
thing
say
you were
that.
giving off, I feel like.
I was reminding him of things he already knows.
It's definitely not the vibe he was getting from it.
Thank you.
Okay.
But
So-
nonetheless, he turns around and he steps towards Agios, and he looks down at him and he said, whoever had the concept of casting gentle repose on this one saved his life. For if it had not been cast instantaneously, I would not be able to bring him back. And he leans down and touches him and casts Revivify and brings Agios back up.
Hmm.
Hold on, Max. Where is
Yes.
it? Where's the thing you mentioned?
Revivify?
No, his cloak
No.
probably, right?
The cloak. Yes.
You should have a cloak of protection in your equipment.
Skin, torch, tinder. Ring, shield,
It
rope.
should be near the top because magical items are usually near the top. Try refreshing your character sheet. I added it in earlier today.
Oh, okay, it was.
You got it?
There it is. Yeah, I got it. I was on earlier, so that's why.
Gotcha.
Our
Yeah, it
second
needs
ever
to be
magical item.
refreshed.
Agios, do you
He-
react to being brought back? Deacon, are you there?
Did I just get resurrected?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was busy eating his chips, guys. They're more
I was.
important.
Alright. Can you
To
just
break the
explain?
game for 2 seconds, just as a public service announcement, do not take this resurrection kindly. It was out of circumstance. I'm not even remotely afraid to kill every last one of you. Having said that, you may now continue.
Say Remy just gives him
Agios'
the eyes.
Was that
A
the DM?
holy light.
That was the DM.
Okay.
That was me
Oh.
saying that to you. Don't think that you all have plot armor. I'll kill you if it
Oh.
happens.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just he died at a very convenient time in the story to bring him back.
But Max,
Let's
if
go.
my parents have taught me anything, it's that the father has to be equal to all of his children. So we all get one extra life now, right?
No.
As you ask that, he stabs you through the gullet, instantly killing you. And thus, everybody now has an extra life except for Kyle.
Nice. Very nice. very nice.
Anywho, Deacon, you are resurrected. Or Agios, excuse me.
So as the resurrection happens, a holy light covers his entire body. As you see his eyes open and roll back from the back of his head, he sits up, kind of like patting himself down, like in like complete disbelief, and he's like, "My, I was chosen again. I thought my God had given up on me, but it seems that I am completely worthy of his praise and power. I will not fail you again, Father. I will do as your commands beckon me to." And then his wings sprout back out, and he picks his helmet back up and puts it on, and he stands up like nothing fucking happened to begin with. And he just kind of shrugs himself off like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? How you been?"
King Felix looks at you, and he is pleased with your attitude upon being resurrected.
Who
He
should I
goes
be
back-
thanking for bringing me back from heaven?
That would be me, he says.
Even though you ripped me away from my God, I'm still happy that you brought me back to be able to exact his judgment in this world. And I kneel down on one knee.
Ooh. He says, well, I am happy you have helped me with my mind issues.
Hmm.
I would do anything to punish wrongdoers. And there just happened to be some unholiness in the mine. So our interests aligned, if you will.
The king looks over to Kaiser, and he points to this one, and he says, this is a keeper. This is an ally for life. And then he walks back over and sits in his throne. And he no longer has his cloak on, and he looks at his son, who is now wearing his cloak, and he says, I hope one day to give you this sword, this shield, and this armor as well.
Thank you, Father.
Is the cloak special?
Yes, it's a cloak of protection. A very nice magic item.
It is. Really good.
Kyle. Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
Oh, lordy.
God. This is one thread through all of my streams of D&D is Kyle's horrible fucking jokes.
Wait, you stream these?
Yeah.
Now, recently.
Oh.
Jess, did you ask people? Because you definitely should ask people.
Oh, I thought I had asked last time and people said yes.
I think you asked the Monday. I don't remember you
Oh,
asking
I'm
this
sorry,
one.
guys.
I certainly don't mind.
I
though.
don't mind. I was just caught off guard.
Oh, I thought I had
Yeah,
asked.
What was it?
What?
Jess is streaming the Monday campaigns.
And the Friday,
Oh.
and the
And the
Saturday.
Friday. Yeah. She's streaming our campaigns, which I certainly don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
If
more
anyone
like
does, feel free to speak
also
up.
if people miss, they can catch it.
Yeah, that I can understand.
Oh, that's a good idea
Someone
too.
misses a week, they can just watch the stream. Yeah.
And they can not laugh
Okay.
at Kyle's horrible jokes every week.
They're wonderful.
Um,
Thank you.
as all of this is happening, you start to hear footsteps coming up the stairs behind you.
Doof, 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 doof. How heavy is this person? Whole thing.
Not incredibly heavy, but not like not quiet. You know what I mean? Like they're light footsteps, but this whoever's coming up is not trying to be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
But a very light person in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Were you expecting someone?
Uh,
Oh, it's him.
as yes, the advisor says you have another guest, my lord, and Hitsugaya of the Varnerman steps up.
Oh, he's so freaking adorable.
He looks at your
gotta
group
like him.
and he says, "Have you completed the quest in the mines?"
Yes.
Indeed,
Yeah.
we have.
Yep.
I
No
saw that.
fatalities.
He says, "I saw that it had been taken by your group, and I was concerned because of how novice your group is. So once I had discovered this, I came out to offer assistance if it was needed, but clearly it was not."
Bill would make a joke about how he's a little too slow, and therefore it's because he's a turtle, but
Oof.
Kargar wouldn't say that. So
Oof.
A bit of luck can get you pretty far.
should we also tell him that we also completed the Lich one? I don't know that he would care. But...
I feel
Go ahead.
like we should tell him that the gene had taken another person and that we defeated him.
Oh yes, we should definitely fill him in on the whole. And then also the Unigiri Mono thing with the.
But
with
maybe
the
not
Lich.
so much in front of the king. Maybe we should ask for more of a private audience with him.
Ethically.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. You say this to him, and he says, "Meet me at the private room of the tavern in an hour." And he leaves. Or no, he doesn't leave. He goes up to the king. He's here to see him as well. You guys leave. Fuck you guys.
Like, your dad's kind of a dick.
Can we get paid?
So I know this
You
guy's.
get paid through the Adventurers Guild, not through the people offering the quest.
I know this one's
You will
the
not
king.
be paid until you return to Edford. Yes, this is the king.
What's this one?
The advisor.
By the way, I can't move myself.
Oh
you're-
yeah.
It's because you're
One sec.
dead.
That's a,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
because
a
I
field people
it's because
die.
I re-added you in. So
Yeah,
let me
people
just
can't
yeah, you know.
How do I undead my character sheet?
I'm doing it right. Oh, undead your character sheet?
Oof.
There's definitely a way to. I just don't know off the top of my head. Like if you click on where where your HP was, there's a way to revive.
Do you mean on D&D Beyond or Roll20?
On D&D Beyond.
So yeah, on D&D Beyond, you would just click the HP and
Yeah,
then
I
it'll
see
add,
it. I got it.
Okay.
Try and move your character now. Bingo. All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the hour in Hillvon before you go to the tavern?
Yeah, as we're
Oop, wrong map. Or not in Hillvon, in wherever the fuck you guys are. Volford.
nice.
Wherever.
I obviously attuned to the cloak.
You got it.
As we're walking out of the tower, I kind of turn to everyone and say, I think it's about time you guys fill me in on this Urigiri Mono that we've been chasing around for a while now.
I know
I-
as much as you do, man.
I think we told him most of it. We just didn't tell him about Fuji specifically, but I think
Yeah.
he knows that, about the organization in broad strokes.
Because he knew that we were
Uh,
supposed to Be
I just
basically
know that you've run
tracking
into them before.
them.
Yes.
That's all you've told me.
That's fair. And you definitely don't know anything about the Jin fighters because we haven't told you about that. So
No,
that's
I
fair
don't know
too.
anything about that either.
Actually, he won't know your history with them, but he would know what they are. They are infamous.
Yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, I know. I just meant like the Connie part and the Binks part and all that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I
gross.
don't even the Garner
Lyrics
men don't know
obviously
any of that. So
Yeah, Lyrics doesn't know anything about that either. Yeah. I guess I telepathically think to the other people in the group, other than Lyrics and Agios, and I say, yeah, I say to the rest of the group, I go, we've been through combat together. We've now fought both the Jin and the Origiri Mono with these two. Do we want to fill them in on all the missing details? Do we trust them as part of the party now? Thoughts?
I would say he didn't know Connie. So we could tell him the basics, but I wouldn't tell him that we know where any of the old Jin people are.
Okay.
Besides
Connie's
maybe
dead
Binks.
now. So would it be the worst to say that it turns out? Yeah, I guess. I guess.
No,
you're
I mean
right.
like we don't want to betray our friend who lives outside of our town. Binks, we know, is a douche now, so I don't care about telling about him.
Daniel or Kaiser. What do you think?
I would say, really, some of them, in my opinion, it's more like we know some of them aren't necessarily bad. They regret their decision, and there's that one that is a complete dick.
Binks, yeah.
I was either not here or not part of the campaign for all the Iragun Mono stuff, besides the one like incident we just had with the Lich. So Daniel doesn't know. This is my excuse there.
You weren't here in the beginning?
Well, no, wait. No, for the Jin Fighter stuff, you know the Connie, you know we met the friend, right? And we know Binks was part of the Jin Fighters.
I had joined late. I didn't know any of that.
Okay.
Told me in retrospect, but I didn't know.
Okay.
You could say
Yeah.
he was away and then not know anything at all.
Yeah, I thought if you miss a week, I think your character still knows that information. We just assume your character was in the background.
He missed like a lot of information.
Yeah, I
and then
joined.
I was the one who missed a week
in the campaign.
Yeah.
The week
Sorry,
I was
I
gone
get what you. Sorry, Dalton. I know what you mean now, but the first time you thought that, I just thought you meant you missed the beginning of a couple sessions. Like you joined late that night. I didn't know you meant you joined. Yeah, I got you now. Okay.
No, he joined when I was super tired and I couldn't do much.
So yeah, I guess if me, Kaiser, and Remy agree, yeah, we'll just tell we filled Dalton in and also Agios and also Lyrics on everything except the fact that we know where the current Jin fighter I forget her name right now, the one who's living outside of our town. What? I can't hear you, Max.
Her name is Gurren.
Gurren,
Her name
okay.
is Gurren.
Okay. Yes. So we don't tell them about Gurren, but we say what we know about the Jin fighters and Jaleel and the fire Jin we just fought, knew Jaleel too, and that filled them on all that stuff. And then we also filled them in on the Origiri Mono and how we were approached by them and blah blah. And Fuji. We can tell them about Fuji, right?
I'll hear Kyle. He just cut out for me.
I heard it.
Okay. Do
Okay, hold on.
you guys want to? Yeah, I'll just do it just for simplicity's sake. Yeah, and then how we used to have an ally, and Agios knows Fuji, so we say your friend Fuji, our friend Fuji, is now unfortunately part of the Origiri Mono. And yeah, so I think you guys are all caught up, except for the fact that we were trained by Connie, who was a Jin fighter, and we met Gurren. Those are the only two things you don't know. I think you know everything else.
Wait, did you say Fuji joined the Urigiri Mono?
Yes, unfortunately. We came to a schism, and we had to make a decision going down that road or going to the Adventurers Guild. And, 9 out of 10 of us, or 8 out of 9 of us, or whatever, went to the Adventuring Guild, and Fuji went to the Origami.
So you were all offered to join as well?
We were.
We declined.
Why?
because they were sketchy as fuck. No. They acted like they were high and mighty and incorruptible and all that. They also were kind of anarchistic. Is that the word?
What I would
Yeah.
say is they said that they had no rules, that someone could murder and they wouldn't do anything about it, but if we could also murder and they wouldn't do anything about it. Like, it was equal gains. Like, if you were a murderer and we wanted to murder you, we could kill you.
But
It was
but
very
was
like
also-
everyone for themselves, but then they said we had to follow some kind of like secret quest that they wouldn't tell us anything about. And they said
Yeah,
if we
it-
joined,
yes.
if we joined, we had to be in forever. If we tried to leave, they'd kill us. So
They al-
I
they
definitely
also-
was not up for that.
They also said, yeah, they had something about going to the end of the womb of the world and defeating something or doing something there. We don't know what.
They wouldn't tell us.
Yeah, but I think also the Jinn fighters also had a mission at the womb of the world, so maybe that's connected somehow, which would make sense because
Bink said he completed his quest for his djinn and that he didn't regret it, and I don't know. They were against the Adventurers Guild because they had too many rules or some
Agios, have you
bullshit.
ever seen the Bardic play Naruto? They,
I have.
the
Actually, it's
Origiri,
very popular in heaven.
the Origiri Mono give up. The Origiri Mono kind of give off like an Akatsuki vibe. So, yeah, if you've seen that Bardic play that toured across the country, then that's yeah.
Well, I've known Fuji for many of 100 years,
Uh-huh.
and he was never inherently evil, just very, very lazy, if you will. So I can't see him joining some sort of organization that's rootly evil, if you will.
So maybe you're saying maybe his reasoning was at the Adventuring Guild he'd have to take an active role, but in that guild his thing could be more like laissez-faire, like he could just do a hands-off kind of a thing, maybe.
Kind of does sound like that. That is something he would do. Lousy bastard.
Yeah. So, any questions from Lyrix or Daniel now that you've also been caught up?
Nope.
I just want to know more of this place, of this group, though.
More of which place?
The Origui something something.
Oh, you want to know more about the organization? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say we also want to know more, which is why we've been sent by the guild to get knowledge about them and collect knowledge to give to the guild.
It's also worth noting that when you guys beat that Lich and then fought that other being with that Super Saiyan form, he ended up, at the end, a member of the Uragiri Mono approached him, and he joined them.
Bastards.
Yes,
That's who those
the
people
Lich
were.
thing. Yes, exactly. Yeah. The other thing. So Kaiser, you're a prince. You know, like what's with the whole like pretending not
what?
to be a prince thing? Oh yeah, Agios, you were dead. We just found out that Kaiser's a prince. He's the prince. He's the prince. He's the son of the king who just revivified you.
Oh. Congrats, man. I mean, congrats probably doesn't sound right there, but good for you,
job
dude.
being born 20 years ago.
Congrats on existing.
Yes. Congrats on your parents fucking.
God.
Gross.
I don't need to know that information.
Kyle,
What?
look in
Well,
the
you-
chat.
You're 20 years old. You should know by now.
Actually, I will ask that. Because Kargar probably doesn't have a sense of couth, and he's just like, so, where's your mom?
Say, well, when you're part of a hive mind, there really are no secrets.
So yeah, he wouldn't be like tactful about it. He'd just be like, where's your Kaiser? She wasn't in there.
Gonna make him cry, guys. Come on.
No.
What does Kaiser say?
He says, none of your business. Where's your headset?
Beats the shit out of you.
there's probably a bigger reason why I'm the only child.
Because your mom is dead.
I just look like a gas at Karzar.
Oh yeah. Kargar said that. Kyle didn't say that. Kargar said that. 100%. Oh.
I mean, yes.
Do you know why?
Giving birth to me.
Oh, did you have like a really
Oh.
bad head when he came out?
So I take it that's part of the reason you and your father probably have a tough relationship. Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Attempts to bonk. You successfully bonk Kargar on the head, Daniel.
So I guess that's the reason you and your father have like a strained relationship because you killed your mom.
I didn't see a strained relationship. I
No,
saw
they
a
seem pretty
king,
close.
and he was
So-
protective.
Did you know your mom at all growing up, or did she die
She died when he was
while?
born, he said.
Ah, okay.
Giving birth, yeah. You know what's ironic? Your father probably didn't know Revivify then, but he knows it now.
Off, off.
Yo, Kaiser, do you got a picture of your mom?
I'm like,
She hot?
Kogar, you probably need to.
Remington is like, I think we need to move on, and then I will
Yes.
elbow. I will
Hold on a
elbow.
sec, Jess. Let Legend get through.
You
What
probably
were you
need
gonna
to-
say, Legend?
You probably need to stop talking, Kogar.
Yeah, I think I think I need to
I
eat some
don't think you
brains.
mean it. It's fine.
I think I'm getting hangry because I need to eat some brains. I think that's what it is. My intellect and my couth falls the less brains I eat. I need to boost.
It's just like squirrels running around. You just start chasing them.
Nice. I was gonna say, can I use my athletics to knock the wind out of Kargar so he can't talk anymore?
That's a pretty. I don't think that'd be athletics.
I'm just
Alright.
blocking him.
Strength.
It is. Yeah, he kept getting smacked by Daniel.
I can do strength.
Alrighty.
It would be a 23 to knock the wind out of Kargar and make him
Do
shut up.
Do I get to do like a dex check to see if I dodge her? Or does that just go against my armor class?
Go against your armor class, if anything.
You accidentally hit the echo. And
No. Mm-mm.
Uh,
I know your
so-
tricks.
Alrighty. So you guys arrive at the tavern, and we all know what music is playing at the tavern.
Oh yeah.
I have the sound down. I guess I can turn it up a little bit.
Alrighty, so
because it's obvious that he's wearing a cloak that belonged to certain somebody, Kaiser will have his helmet off.
you walk in, and everyone's like, everything. Hold on. Everything just stops. Everyone's looking at you like, oh, and there's some. You hear some murmuring, and the bartender looks over and he says, "Are you the people
Hello.
here to see Hitsugaya?"
Indeed we are. Good sir.
It-
Round of mead and directions to our friend.
There's everything you need upstairs. And he points to this ladder and he says, "Take it up."
Boop.
but is there everything we need?
Ugh.
And then he kills Kargar. and as we all remember, Kargar is out of revives. So you guys go up the stairs, and Hitsugaya is sitting there drinking coffee or something very non-alcohol. Probably coffee. And he looks at you guys and he says, "Ah, so you have arrived."
You mean the warm bean juice?
The warm bean juice. And he says, "So, have you learned anything about the Urigiri Mono?"
So much.
Indeed we have.
We nearly killed one.
Yeah. We also fought a Jin fighter.
As I recall, what did you just say?
Which story
Yeah,
would you
we
like
gotta-
us? Which story would you like us to start with, good sir?
We got a lot
As I
to say.
recall, your mission was very specifically to not engage the Urigiri Mono upon finding them.
We didn't do it on purpose. So we were fighting. We took the quest for the Lich quest on the board. We took that one,
Yes.
and we defeated the Gnolls. And then it turns out the Gnolls had already partially resurrected the Lich, so we had to fight the Lich. And then it turned out that all of that had been orchestrated by the Origiri Mono, by like one of their new recruits. So we
didn't know he was the new recruit at the time. We just thought he was a wrongdoer. So we went to exact justice, and
He barely
yeah,
escaped
once
our
we almost killed him, and he revitalized himself, the dragon took them away with the other Origiri Mono member.
But we did defeat the Lich, and one of us has the Lich's head, right?
Indeed.
Can I?
I thought you smashed the Lich's head,
Did
but I
we?
could be wrong.
Oh, I think you're right.
No,
You're right.
No, we
smashed
brought
that
it
thing.
inside
I
a
made that
chest.
so that thing won't come back.
Yeah, we did bring
No,
inside a chest, I believe.
We carried it in a chest the entire way through.
What happens if I eat Lich brains?
Guys,
What does that mean for me?
what happened is that Kaiser smashed it, but we still have the remains of the smashed head.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that sounds
makes
more
sense.
right. Because I was pretty confident Kaiser smashed it all. Okay, so he looks down. He's very concerned. And he looks over to you, Lyrix, and he says, "And who are you?"
All right.
Oh, this is the homie.
All right. Now I have to go into this. I'm one of the people. What the fuck was my centaur's name?
Donzo.
Zonzo, yeah.
I'm part with Zanzo's group.
Donzo.
Oh, Donzo.
With a D.
Donzo.
Because he's
Gonzo.
Gonzo, remember.
He now looks up because he is much shorter than you guys and can barely see over the table, and he sees your badge. And now he sees your weapon, and he says, "That is that Tron's shoes?
Indeed, it is.
Are you one of the 7 generals?"
No. Sadly, my party was wiped by the newest member of the Origori Yono.
Who we nearly
This is the most butchered pronunciation of it.
It's
I was
fine.
able
It's a
to
lot.
escape, and these helpful teammates were able to help me gather back the sword, but sadly I was not able to enact my revenge against him.
I see. Well, this certainly a lot of information, but I think as important as the Urigiri Mono is, potentially more important, which of the 3 living Jin fighters did you fight?
So not technically a living one. We fought a new one. It was Jalil's replacement.
He drops his drink.
Are you good? Are you good there?
Are you okay?
Were you not expecting
there are
this?
new Jin fighters?
My Echo is trying to help him
Listen.
clean, but obviously my Echo is an Echo, so he can't really mop up the liquid.
Say,
Uh,
it's obvious to me that the Jinn are still attempting to do whatever they were trying to do in the first place, and
Yes.
are indeed gaining more followers.
And specifically, that we know the Fire Djinn killed Jalil, so I believe the Fire Djinn is probably the most malicious or trickery or whatever of the Djinn, and the Fire Djinn is the one who recruited this new one. But we did kill them, so they are gone. We also kind of fought the Fire Djinn for a little bit and won, barely.
We didn't barely win. His explosion just caught us off guard because we weren't expecting him to explode.
I mean, Kargar looks over at Agios and goes, "I was 1 second
Not
away. I was
another
1
word.
second away from eating his brains. Agios was dead."
And I say, you were 1 second away from dying if you were going to try to eat his brains, you mean.
What'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
You were 1 second away from dying from trying to eat his brains, you mean.
No, I meant like I wouldn't eat his brains. Sorry, that's something we say in my culture. The Illithids use it as a phrase. Like when someone's on their deathbed, you're like, "Oh, I'm 2 seconds away from eating your brains."
What
But,
is
like-
wrong with your culture?
It's like you go to work and you're like, "Oh man, I heard about your grandma. I'm sorry, I'm 1 second away from eating her brains." Like that's just the phrase, you know. So,
Mm, I
Well,
think
now we
not
just
only his culture has bad
learned
humor,
about his culture.
but also bad couth.
Yes, no couth, in fact. So yeah, so how does Hitsugaya respond to us talking about fighting the new Jaleel and all that?
He's very stunned. Like he's not 100% sure what to do with the information he's receiving. Finally, he kind of he looks up and he says, "Okay, I think this matter is critically important, and I think it needs to be addressed immediately. So, first of all, I think you should drop all quests that you currently have pending. I can return them to the board for you.
Is there-
Secondly,
oh, sorry, yeah.
I will give you the gold for the quests you've completed.
Hmm.
And thirdly, I want you to go to the world tree."
Where's the
Just,
world tree?
Wait, we're going to Yggdrasil?
uh, where is the world tree on the? Oh, I see, top left. I guess my question for him would be: could we re-pick up those quests, or by putting them back, are they gone now?
By putting them back, you give them the chance for someone else to grab them.
Cool.
I have one question. Why us of all people? You said you had stronger.
I do have stronger, but you've proven yourself already by slaying a Jin fighter. You six, yeah, there are 6 of you. You 6 were far stronger. Well, I went to say 7.
But there's an echo.
Yeah, no, I went to say 7 because technically Sinus is still with you guys,
Mhm.
but he's not with you guys because he's gravely ill.
In universe, either Max had a stroke or Hitsugaya had a stroke. Six!
I think God might have had that stroke. He says that he says the gene live at the top of the world tree,
Mhm.
and they are not hostile by nature. Approaching them will not cause them to kill you based on all of our current information.
I mean, at least one is hostile by nature, the Fire Djinn, and he currently hates us because we just killed his newest acolyte person.
Well, you
So I
don't
don't-
know if he hates us, because
He is
He
not-
didn't hate us. He was more
all
just
we-
angry that
he-
his
Yeah.
new
he
All
is
we
not
did was
hostile
prove
by
that guy
nature.
was awful.
He does not just blindly kill people on sight.
Guys, what? And this might be a question for Max, if we don't remember. What was it the Fire Djinn said to us as he left? Like, what was the last thing he said?
All the Jin said was not to us, but to his little minion. That is, he
Yeah.
was not strong enough.
Mhm.
The Jin wasn't mad at us. He was mad at his middle minion for being a little shit.
Oh, he wasn't mad. He was disappointed. I
Mhm.
see what you're saying.
He was,
I mean, he might have been mad, but it wasn't
Yeah.
aimed towards you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just.
It was aimed towards Dominius.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It was aimed towards the failure.
Mhm.
Oh, so
okay.
Kyle. Anyway,
You might be more mad at Kaiser for killing it.
Okay, I have a question. Since we're not going back to the guild to hand in our quest, does that mean we're not going to level up?
He just said he would pay us, so I'm assuming that counts as turning it in.
leveling up has nothing to do with your quests, if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
Your level is only determined when you progress the story, the main story.
But you did tell us that side quests can progress the main story, and I would think that the Jin fighter
Or
and Girimono and
well, the Jin fighter did not immediately level you guys up. However, if you recall, you did level up after your encounter with the Urigiri Mono.
yes.
Basically,
What level are we
whatever the
supposed to
main
be right now, by the
story
way?
is,
How
and
much
it-
I'm
gold?
sorry,
Are we supposed to be 6 or 7 right now?
you're supposed to be 6 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
basically,
good.
how it's explained is that whatever the main story is, we can if we have a quest that lines them that will level up.
Mhm.
But if we do side quests and that changes the main story, then that can lead to us leveling up. Am I correct, Max?
Correct. But side quests that are purely side and have nothing to do with the main story
Yep.
have their own rewards, the most obvious of which is gold. But they do not give you XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but then my question is that I would think the Jin Fighters one is changing the quest because he just gave us a new quest involving the Jins, and I don't know.
Yes, it applied to advancing the story, but no, it does not level you guys up. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
would have leveled up last
Because
week.
it's an after fact. It's an after effect.
Brr.
Well, that's my. That's what I mean to ask. So I know in Icewind Dale, you might have to do 2 or 3 quests in order for that to count as 1 level up. Or is it in this, each story quest is 1 level up, or could it be multiple story quests?
It could be multiple.
Okay, that's what I was wondering too.
How much gold
So-
did we earn?
20,000
20,000, because if you recall, the Lich Head quest was free.
free.
So
Yes.
20,000 divided by 7?
6.
6.
Yes. Sinis is not currently getting gold.
So 3,333.
So everyone get that gold.
And then there's like a bit extra, but we can ignore that if you want.
I had something I was gonna ask. What was it? Come back. Oh, I get this is Kyle saying this out of character. I'm now curious if like 'cause we thought these were just gonna be side quests. We didn't know that they would be entailing anything. So now I'm like, what was that? What was up with that garden job? Like, how is that garden job gonna tie into stuff?
It wasn't. It was a side quest.
Yeah,
It,
like
it ran the potential of Kaiser meeting his dad.
does anyone else want the like? There's 2 gold left over after splitting. Does anyone picky? Like,
Can I have
Give
it?
it to you.
That can go to Sinis when he comes back. He can just have 2.
that sounds fair.
Noise.
He didn't nearly die. It's fine.
Don't worry, Max. I sent you the stuff.
You sent me the stuff.
Sounds like
Juice.
drugs.
No, it's in the private messages.
How much is a full
Sent you the
set of
juice.
plates?
In the Roll20 thing.
Too expensive for you, my dude.
But how much?
Where's my character?
How much is what?
A full set of plate?
I want to say it's 900 gold, but it might be 1,500. I'll check right now. You could buy it right now if you want it. I guarantee.
Oh,
you that.
right. I do want to get.
Are there shops in where we in?
100%.
I need to
Plate
lower
is
Kyle. He's too
1,500.
loud.
I can move my microwave from my mouth too.
Your
No, it's all right. We'll just lower you,
microwave
Kyle.
from your mouth? Your
Yes.
microwave?
I cooked my food and I just picked the microwave and I was just pouring it into my mouth.
believe it.
Interesting.
I don't know who asked, but plate is 1,500.
Yeah, I was asking because earlier Daniel said he would help her get plate once we got the money for it.
I'm just trying to figure out which armor would be best for my AC right now.
Do you have high strength? What's your strength?
16.
Is that high enough for? No, I don't think that's high enough for full plate. I think you can.
That's
get
high
half
enough for full plate.
It is. Okay.
I'm
then
pretty
I'd
sure
say-
full plate's only 15 strength. And if so, it would be full plate is your best bet.
Then yeah,
without
full
a
plate's
doubt.
best bet. 100%.
Plate is what your father wears.
So I can
His plate
buy
is
half
special.
plate, huh? Is what you're saying?
So
Well, I was
can you
gonna-
not
Do you
can you
not
not
want full plate?
wear plate armor?
Me? I don't see it in here. Oh no, wait, yes I can.
I see plate for 1,500 gold,
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it is. It's just
Oh.
called plate.
and there's nothing better than plate, correct?
Not without
magical
being
plate.
magical.
Yeah, not without
But
being
I'm pretty
magical.
sure that costs more than our.
Yes.
can buy.
You're not buying magical
what-
items
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
not- yeah.
So
yeah, that's
the
right. I wanted
Forgotten
that.
Realms operates under a premise where magical items are not generally sold. They do not have gold values assigned to them in raw D&D. They are supposed to be crafted or found or something like along those lines. So my general rule of thumb for what I'm doing, at least for this campaign, certain merchants may have the occasional magic item, but you will not find magic item shops, if you know what I mean.
I have
Okay.
one question.
Yes.
Do you consider masterwork different from magical?
Masterwork, I believe, does not exist in 5e. That is a Pathfinder exclusive.
Okay then, I've been lied to.
I believe. Don't hold me to that. I can Google it. One sec. Let's find out.
I swear we have a lot of masterwork.
Because that is different. Masterwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause I
there
know
is-
masterwork is just an enhanced weapon without magical properties.
Correct. Masterwork does not exist in 5e.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to minus 1,500 gold.
Well, first we have to make sure it's in stock. Like,
Right.
and
Guys,
second
if
off-
anything is basic, meaning it is armor or a weapon, you can assume it is in stock.
Okay, it's mainly because plate takes a year to make, is why I was asking. At least from
Yes.
what I've heard.
Can I also?
I don't know if it takes a full year, but it does take a while. Anyone who wants to buy armor or weapons, go ahead and do it right now.
Woohoo!
We'll just assume you do it after your meeting with Hitsugaya.
And even though there's not a magic item shop, is there magic like scrolls and stuff like
mean-
that type of magic shop?
I mean, you could buy potions, but not scroll. scrolls.
Okay, so scrolls are still like you have to find them in quests. Got it.
Why
Or
the hell
find
do I have a
someone to
quarterstaff?
make
What
them.
about books?
If
What do you,
you're-
like spell books?
No, like books to increase dex or con and of that nature.
I'm not familiar with that.
I know what he's referring to. Those normally are like super rare.
Guys, do we have
incredible.
any potions?
Oh, those are magic items. The
Oh.
magic books. Yes. Those aren't just normal training books.
Okay.
Are selling items you don't want anymore a thing? Because I don't know about that. Like if I had half plate and I now have plate or whatever, can you sell your other armor for money?
You could try. Half plate is expensive, so probably. But like anything that has no sincere value, like half plate is 750 gold. That's a lot. But you know, like a longsword, not really. No.
Okay, I see your point. Yeah, like chainmail is 75 gold. Yes.
Yeah, it's like no.
Okay.
So
It's-
what do I do? I'm a monk. What do I get?
Monks
can
really
get
can't
anything.
buy much of anything. You could buy a monk weapon if you're gonna go that way about it. But monks really aren't equipment focused. So I
Guys,
was actually reading
You
an
hoard.
article.
do we?
I was reading an article the other day that was all about how in 5e, because you can't buy magic items, gold kind of just stacks because you can't. Yeah, so certain characters can't really use their gold for much because you can't buy magic.
Do we have health potions at all?
No, we do not. I don't
Yeah, we
think.
should definitely pick up some if we
I'm
have.
gonna say, how much are health potions?
Yeah, how much are they?
One sec.
Because it's not giving me a cost for it.
I might spend like all my money on that.
Should we also have a faster travel, get ourselves like
Mounts.
mounts? Yeah.
I thought we had mounts, or do we not?
No, we've just been walking.
Yeah, we've been walking. I was about to say we should probably buy like a wagon with 2 horses, so we can just get going.
Wagon.
So I remember correctly, wagons don't cost a lot either.
I want to buy an elephant. Can we get an elephant and ride on the
You
elephant?
can buy an elephant.
You can. I just don't know how much they are. I assume it's like 1,000 or 2,000.
It's
gold.
75 gold for a horse.
You can't buy an elephant. They're not native to this region.
Oh, they don't get imported.
No, the seas don't get traversed very frequently, to your knowledge. So if you were to buy a potion of healing greater, it would be 100 gold.
Oh fuck yes, get some of that.
What's a greater healing potion?
4d4 plus 4.
What
Okay,
about Syria?
I'll take their entire stock.
No. We will take your entire stock. How many are there? And then we'll divide it among all of us. Yes.
The potion shop has 20 on hand.
Do they have any superior healing
Can
potions?
you please make it a number that's easily divisible by 6?
They have
Well, here's the
24
thing,
on
if we're
hand.
all bu- if
And what
we're
was the
spending
question
our
about
own
healing
gold-
potions?
There you guys, we can all buy 4 healing potions, everybody. Everybody buy 4 if you want. I'm going to.
Basically that.
Max, what'd you say they were? 150?
100.
1.
100. Sweet. So I spent 400 on a healing potion.
And I'm gonna get a horse.
Yes, I spent.
We think that's a good.
Oh,
I just
no,
added
I was
400
saying
because
we should just get like a cart and just have 2 horses carry.
I agree. Instead of everybody getting their own personal mount, which we could do in the long term, I think it would be probably smarter to get a horse and wagon and then just do it that way.
No, I'm gonna buy my own horse.
Okay.
I mean, you can buy your own horse.
I am.
Can we use your horse to pull our wagon?
No.
I don't need to buy a horse. I
Alright.
can summon one.
So, Matt, how much
Yeah,
is
get flexed on.
a wagon and 2 horses?
Okay, hold on a second.
Guys, you can Google all prices.
Cool. These potions are gonna come in handy.
Yep.
Let's see. Proficient. Okay, so just. Huh. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Ah.
Armor. How much is a horse? Oh, you can't just type in horse into equipment. It doesn't work. I guess that makes
You
sense.
you you can just type in horse and it'll come up.
Wagon, just 35 gold.
No, guys, I'm dumb. I had armor still selected. I didn't
Oof.
unselect it because I'm dumb.
Okay, we're gonna pause the equipment buying
Okay.
to go back to the questing aspect, and then I will run and grab some drinks while everyone buys all their equipment.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So anywho, so he says you should go to the World Tree and talk to the Gene. They had never chosen fighters before the previous 4, and to the Adventurers Guild knowledge, they had not chosen any since. So you are tasked with asking them how many fighters they have created, why they are creating fighters. Just get literally any amount of information you can and bring it back to Edford.
And they're known to just be talkative and not secretive? Like, we can just be open
They're
about asking
known.
our questions?
Okay, they're known to be secretive, but you can be open about asking their questions. Like, it's not the point is, by doing this, the Gene do not pose any risk to you, as long as you do not attack them. Having said that, he says, there are 2 other issues at play here. One of them is Grimleon. Grimleon is the elven emissary from Woodview Point, which is across the sea. They stay there to guard the World Tree and do not like people entering. The path that goes into the World Tree next to Grimleon would avoid them entirely, however, is known to be an environmentally unsafe path. Between harsh weather conditions, quicksands, earthquakes, all kinds of things can go wrong naturally on this path. The path through Grimleon is extremely safe to get to the Ardoran Forest. However, you would need to convince the elves to let you through, and we have no pull with them. They do not wish to join the Adventurers Guild. They do not have any interest in our quests or wishes. And that will not change unless we go to Woodview Point on a different continent to convince their bosses otherwise. However, even if you overcome the challenge of getting to the Ardoran Forest is a deadly and dangerous place, full of vicious beasts only native to that forest.
Let's go around.
What about the path through Botfort?
Well,
Botfort does not lead directly
no, it circles
to
back down.
the Ardoran Fortress.
It goes back to this one.
In theory, if you were to go around Botfort like so, you could trail along the coast to get into the Ardoran Fortress. However, these 2 entrances are literal paths, and they are slightly safer because paths. If you just try and wander through the forest off a beaten path, it will be increasingly more dangerous.
Okay.
So the elves they're protecting the World Tree from the Jinn? Like the world from the Jinn? They're keeping it.
The World Tree is the Gene's home. They want to prevent future Gene fighters. The Gene fighters shook the world and wreaked havoc across all of the continents. As a matter of fact, they are the only people credited with visiting every corner of the world.
So you do not believe that because we want to go there to figure out what Gene fighters there are and to defeat them,
you could try and convince them that, but they get a lot of people that try to lie their way through in search of power.
What I would say is we have not evidence. We know that there was a new fire Jinn fighter, and I would wonder if the fact that we knew that and we defeated them could earn credit with them.
Does anyone here have
Oh,
the
we would
spell?
Believe you, perhaps.
Does
We would
anyone
need
here have
proof.
the spell Zone of Truth? Yeah.
I can also.
I do.
Could we?
I can
Zone
speak
of Truth.
Elvish. I can speak Elvish.
Could
I
we?
am an elf.
Could we, under the Zone of Truth, tell them our purpose and convince them?
We could.
Is there a that's a good idea. Also, is there a spell, say like a detect magic type thing, where they could cast on us and they could sense that we had recently been in contact with Jinn
No.
magic? No. Okay.
Not by the time you're at Grimleon.
That makes sense. Okay.
No,
Gene magic is powerful and it will linger for a little bit. Like if they were in Volford right now, they could sense it. But by the time you've made it to... the Jinn magic also isn't centered on you. It's centered on the battle. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So, do we want to convince them, or do we want to go through the path?
I would
I
say,
think convincing them, and then if we fail, then
Well,
we
here's the thing.
Yeah.
If we fail, there's no harm as long as we don't engage in combat.
agreed. Yes, we could always beat retreat and then take the path. Yes.
indeed. I'm for the most forward path. We're telling the truth. We're trying to protect the world from the Jinn fighters. There's nothing we have to fear from
And
them.
then we can tell them that obviously they're not doing a good job
No,
at
no,
their
no,
job.
no,
because
no,
someone
no,
else-
no, no, no,
No, no,
no,
no.
no.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Yeah, I think we
Don't
do.
say that.
No,
But-
bad
Start
ideals.
shitting on them.
Bad
We
ideals.
don't want to turn them against us. We want their help.
We don't want to do that.
We can make you visit your god again if you want.
What we could say that's a similar.
I wouldn't
kind of
mind.
would be that we have evidence that something slipped through the cracks. We could say that more diplomatically. You know what I mean?
Well, I would definitely say that we came in contact and fought one, so we're on a quest to see if any more have come, and if we can track them down by talking to the Jinn. Obviously, because we wish to defeat them, I would say.
Sounds too weak. I don't think that.
I mean,
Don't worry.
But they're not. They're not like some like barbarian clan that only that only respects strength. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure.
No, that's not what I mean by weak. I mean like it doesn't sound.
No, I'm saying
Like,
elves
it's not-
respect diplomacy. Elves respect honesty. As far as I've dealt with elves.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't know if it's in D&D. They can't speak untruths. I mean, they can misdirect and...
That's definitely not a thing in D&D. That's like a Lord of the Rings thing.
Okay.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, plus I've lied to you guys.
You have.
Hey, I was just gonna ask: is any of the party Elvish?
Yes.
I am.
I can speak Elvish. I can transform into elves.
No,
I
but
don't
who's
think-
actually by blood elf? Just Daniel? Okay.
Yeah.
I can transform into an elf. I can show you my
I
little
mean-
form.
I don't
I
know
mean-
if this is a Daniel question. I don't know if this is a Dalton question or if this is a Max question. Would you being an elf give us curry any of their favor?
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I also speak Elvish, so...
I'm a paladin.
How
I mean,
did...
I can speak
Paladel.
telepathically. The language is not the problem. The lineage is the problem.
I just realized
Zach.
none of my
There you
languages
go.
standing beyond a over.
You just realized what?
Don't worry about it.
Nice.
I'm very worried
Zach,
about it.
Zach, don't worry. I got forms for days.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
That's how we go.
Tell me what you
Wait.
want me to
So-
be, and I'll be it.
So anyway, I will keep that image, and as we get close, I will switch it and give you control of it.
Got it.
Anywho,
I don't know that lying to the elves and faking being an elf and then they can sense that you don't have elven magic is a good idea.
Hitsugaya
especially if I'm
will
talking to-
lastly turn to Lyrix and say, "So you are not, since you are not expecting to go back to the Adventurers Guild at the moment, would you like me to take back Tron's shoes and give it to Donzo?"
No, I want to keep it.
Not an option.
As selfish as this sounds, I would like to take down the person that killed the general of this weapon.
With the weapon.
You are free to do as you wish. It is not a matter of my sect. But I do not necessarily think Donzo would be pleased with you withholding a general's weapon without being deemed a general. But if that is your determination, it is not my place to stop you.
I go up and put a hand on his arm and say, "It should be with his people, and the next person should gain his strength and knowledge to help defeat a common enemy." And I look at you.
Kargar would say, "My people are known for murdering and stealing, and I get that you want to not, but I feel like you are doing a crime while trying to get revenge for a different crime, and yeah, you're not stealing, but you're kind of stealing."
Nah.
Agios, this isn't
I
on
said
you.
we keep it.
This is on Lyrix. This is Lyrix's decision, not not Agios's.
Just,
I
Hey,
say we
just
keep
as
it.
Kargar is putting in his input, Agios is putting in his input.
No, Agios is just saying no with no reasoning behind it.
I like this sword. I want to keep it.
None of the
I'm now like
none of
thinking
us are
about
in
this
their
as the
sect.
character itself, leaving my like actual information out of this. It's just like I understand where you're coming from, but I need to see that man dead. I need to
Very
see
well.
him killed.
Would there not be, last thing I'll say, would there not be more honor in killing him by your own weapon and with your own skill as opposed to using borrowed power? I'm done.
That's not borrowed power. It's
It
just a
wouldn't be
weapon.
borrowed power, but it would be ironic that he would be killed by the same weapon that he's killed.
Yeah.
Would you not rather kill him with your own hands in the spirit of vengeance?
Right.
I just
Yeah, well, instead of last hitting him with a sword, just strangle him to death.
It will still be with my hands, but it will be with my comrades at my back.
But what would his
Yeah.
will be? Your comrade, would he not want you to give it
Yes.
back? Would he want you to take
Nah.
his sword?
I would agree with Remy that your comrade would definitely want the sword in Donzo's hands as opposed to.
And if you do not give it back, perhaps you will not have a place to come back to.
Oh, and I look over at Hitsugaya and I say, is there a chance that he could actually face not a mistrial thing? Oh my gosh, what's it called? A court-martial type thing from the for not giving the weapon back. Is it a crime within the
That would be up to Donzo to initiate. I am not sure.
So
This is the first time one of the 7 generals has ever been slain. We are in unprecedented territory.
I would think, Lyrex, maybe we should send a letter to Donzo or something, and then
Yeah.
Donzo is like, you can keep.
I am going to tell Donzo that his general has died and that you have the sword.
Okay, and tell him. Can then he send us a letter?
I would have no way of contacting you
I realize that.
while you are in Grimleon.
There's no message spell or
Well, Messerspell has limits.
Not that I could cast.
If you decide to
Or
keep
I
this,
am a gunslinger. Donzo is a fighter. That is beyond our capabilities.
what,
I mean, if Donzo so chooses, he could try to muster a mage to do so. Such spells exist. But I am certainly not going to get involved. And that is for him to decide as the leader of the militant branch.
what I would say is if you decide to keep this sword, you should at least send a letter with our friend here and reassure him that you are going to give it back once you are done.
agreed.
And perhaps one day you will earn to keep this sword for real. If
So you
get
give
my
a
meaning.
letter to Donzo explaining your plan and why you're holding onto the sword?
Yep.
I actually,
Okay.
Deacon, you don't have to tell me. It's just more like he's right there. He could probably hear you whisper.
Oh no, I'm just kind of like hunched over. I'm just like whispering in you guys' ears.
I guess Kargar would notice that Daniel and Kaiser have been kind of either quiet or silent for the discussion. Which way do you guys sway?
I haven't been quiet. I've been cut off.
I've
Well,
more.
I'm now giving you the opportunity. So please.
I've
speak.
more been kind of having Kaiser listen first, and just like see what everybody has finished talking.
Keep the sword. Keep the sword.
Okay, so this is the moment though. So I'm trying to give you spotlight. Please, both of you go.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is whoever's in his sect should have say, which means everyone who isn't, which is I'm pretty sure. I think the only one in the sect is Agios, but I could be mistaken there.
Is Agios
No.
and Donzo sect? No.
No.
Agios is with Gorm.
Yeah, Donzo's the
That's
military.
a
sect.
wish.
I don't think anybody.
Lyrex is
Yeah.
the only person in that
If
sect.
no one's in his sect, then the decision should be Lyrex and Lyrex alone. We have no
Okay.
say in it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who just left? Lyrex just left.
I guess he was having problems.
He wanted the weapon that bad. He's like, fuck these.
There he is.
No,
Yeah.
the Discord like bugged out. I saw Kyle just freeze like, hello? And it's just like,
That's a really good point, though, Daniel. As he is the only person from that sect, he would be most versed in what should happen next.
Say, well, I'm not forcing him. I'm just.
All right. Well, if anything
I
goes,
wish to start that spell. Fuck.
it should belong to whoever. And I agree with Daniel on this one. Other than that, if Donzo says he wants it, he needs it.
Yeah.
That's the better thing you can do.
Fuck.
the Avenge of Lyrax begins.
I guess I asked Lyrex. Lyrex, you work with the people in Donzo's section. Is he a rational person, or will they send out a person to like take the sword by force, kind of a thing, or will they ask nicely?
DM.
I'm messaging you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid we'll have like a bounty on our heads, and it's like, give us the swords or die. Like that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, Kargar, here's the thing, Kargar. If that does happen, it doesn't matter. We just give the sword back.
Okay.
Because, like, you forget, like, we still work for these people. It's not like it's some random, like, big bad guy. We still work for these people.
Yes. Okay.
Unless we're, like, put under trial, there's no issue. And even if, it would just be him.
That person killed my entire tribe. I shall kill them with brute force.
Keep the sword. Keep the sword.
Also, I would like to point out, though I don't agree with revenge, because revenge can end up being not pretty.
I agree with the revenge.
You're giving us such strong Slytherin vibes right now.
That's actually a good point, Agios. If we're gonna go to the Djinns, do you hold any hostility towards the Fire Djinn? Because we can't have you starting shit while we're on like a fact-finding mission. They did kill
What?
you. They did kill
Oh
you.
no, I don't mind. I got to just chill with my god for a little bit longer.
Okay.
I have it because they killed my friends.
No, I know that. I moved to a different thing. I was like, oh, speaking of revenge, is Agios gonna seek revenge against the Fire
Real
Djinn?
quick, to Lyrex. The Djinns didn't kill your friends.
Well, no, not the Djinns.
Yeah, but he was
No,
talking
yeah,
about the
it's
Djinns,
been
and you said, I do, they killed my friends.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the big null dude.
Yeah.
Yes, the big old dude. So you have a thing with the Origiri Mono. Yeah. But
not the
actually,
Djinn.
that is Bink,
Oh,
who is part of the Djinn fighters.
Like-
so kind of you do have a thing with the Djinns.
like at the moment, I don't care about like the Origui Maru. I more care about killing the
That
one null
specific
that
guy.
killed my friends.
I love that
That's
every time we
literally all I-
say it, we always say it differently.
Except, you know, like the two people that can actually pronounce it for some reason. No, it's Udi.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
but
Origiri
yeah,
Mono.
but it's pronounced Origiri. I guess Uru or Oro. Yeah, okay.
Ra,
No, it's Ura.
Wait, where? Uragiri Mono. And I was saying Origi. Okay, I see. Okay.
Origami Mono.
Oh God.
Listen, I don't care if you're gonna wear a kimono or not. Like we.
Yeah, no, I kinda happy with the gene. You know, I think it's been about 400 years since I got to have a seating with my god. So you know, we kind of caught up.
Okay, well,
Right.
let's shuffle along, shall we?
He leaves and
Let's
says,
shuffle
"The room
along."
is yours. Finish up what you need. I will be going back to report what has happened to the guild. However, expect backup as soon as possible.
All right,
Where
see you
should we-
soon
Where should we expect that backup? Like outside of
at the World Tree.
at the World Tree?
Right.
As soon as they can catch up to you.
I see.
That depends on
Yeah, we're too
how
fast, they're not
everything
catching up.
goes.
Then,
All right,
catching up for a while.
you guys could finish eating and then buy that equipment that we put on hold, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom and grab a drink. If you have any questions about cost of equipment, just wait until I'm back and we can deal with it quickly. The truth is, we're probably gonna have a rather short session with not much more in it tonight, so go ahead and deal with that.
Boo.
All
So
right.
question.
So,
Can I put a
you guys-
shield on my
You guys
back?
have to-
No. You
Can I-
can, but you can't use it there. It doesn't do anything. You can,
Yeah.
like,
It doesn't add the AC,
No.
right?
Kyle has asked all these questions before. You cannot.
No, I'm just wondering.
The only exception is a Warforged, because Warforged absorb their armor and absorb their shields.
No, because like I'm wondering because like I never use shields, but because I was a cleric first, it gave me a shield, and now I'm using a two-handed weapon, and it's just like
Yeah.
Is
it's
it a
just-
magic shield?
It's just in your backpack.
no, it's just a shield.
Yeah, it's just in your backpack
I
now.
don't want it then.
Hmm?
I don't want it then.
I'm just like wondering like, can I put this in front of my plate to give me extra protection?
I am actually surprised though that in the store there aren't other non-magical shields. Like shield is the only shield.
You're peeking your mic, by the way, Lyric.
Oh my bad. Let me just. Is this better?
He likes to eat his mic. It's okay.
It's not even that. It's just very sensitive.
You're very
What's your guys' armor cost now?
20.
18.
16. Cause
I'm 18, baby.
With the
Kaiser,
shield,
yours
I'll
should
be
like
19.
Mega with the Kaiser, yours should be like super good because that cloak, right?
The cloak protection does it?
If I can get also a plate armor, it'd be 21.
Nice. Yes, you can get.
Nice.
What did we decide on what did we decide on like
But-
horses and cart, guys?
I got a horse.
I
I
can-
was thinking we should.
Yeah, you
if
have to
they're
go by horse.
DM.
It's only
No, DM's
75 gold.
Getting food.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking we should get war horses since we had the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
There
go
wasn't a
horse,
war horse
probably.
on there that I saw.
There's only draft horse and racing horse. Or sorry, what is
War
it?
horse is 400 gold. For two,
I'm
that's
just on a path of revenge right now. That's mostly what
The
it is
only
right
horses
now.
that are on here are draft horse, riding horse, and
Yeah,
then
the war horse
you
isn't
get
listed.
yeah.
You guys
No.
can enjoy doing whatever, but I'm gonna summon a war
I'm
horse,
reading
so
it.
it doesn't really matter.
No, that's a good point.
war horse, large bees unaligned.
Is it
It's
5e?
either 60.
Is it 5e?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is 5e.
Oh, I
Oh,
see, because
right.
it's under gear.
Oh
Yep.
wait.
That's
What?
Yo,
weird.
Deacon,
Yeah?
Kaiser, I have an idea.
What's the idea?
Deacon, give Kaiser your helmet.
Why?
You want my helmet? What?
Then-
Okay,
Then I'll transform into Kaiser, so I'll be attacked if Kaiser gets attacked. So people will think I'm Kaiser.
Maybe don't
I'm
impersonate a
confused.
prince.
Yeah, let's not do that. Kaiser will just put his helmet on. He won't be a prince anymore. Problem solved.
The
But he has the cape.
Okay, somebody should cast something on the cake.
I don't
if you
have that.
if you compare the riding horse versus the war horse, their flavor's the same.
Kaiser,
But
can
their
you
speed
possibly,
is different, though.
Kaiser, can you
Their
possibly,
war horse is 60 feet.
Oh, it
Well,
doesn't
that's supposed to-
say on here what the feet is.
let me see. Warhorse is 60 feet. Let me open the other ones.
Yeah,
Kaiser,
war
can
horse
you
is
possibly
60
wear?
feet.
Can you possibly wear your family's cloak inside out, so like the royal crest isn't showing?
For some reason,
The reason
it's
I'm
not
going
showing
warlords
me.
instead of riding horse is because they have better stats.
Well, it doesn't show on here what the stats
not
are.
D&D Beyond. We're going to other sources now, Jess. We're not on D&D Beyond.
I
Yeah.
see.
That's why. Like I'm looking at the stat block and so
Oh, wait.
riding horse too. I'm looking up all three to see what the differences are.
Oh, never mind. Riding horse is 60 feet as well.
So yeah, all horses are
because
60
war
feet.
horses are
Oh, no.
bigger, so you can
Draft-
carry more stuff.
Draft horse is 40. War horse is 60, yes. Hit points 19, 19. Riding horse has worse HP. Armor class 10, 10, and war horse has 11, so war horse has a slightly higher AC.
Well, I'm not going to be cavalry, so it's not like I'm going to be riding in with a
18,
war horse.
18. They actually, both the draft horse and the war horse have the same strength, etc., etc. So there are various differences. I think the most important one though is their attacks. Riding horse and draft horse only have hooves. War horse has trampling charge and hooves. So I think the war horse, the trampling charge is the.
Yo,
good part.
dude, I'm a horse but barbarian. We're gonna go full damage and
Wait, no, you might not be able to. Only certain people can take mounted combat. Isn't that true?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. But I was just saying.
Which I
those-
can.
We could
Let's
have.
go.
We could have those two horses while the rest of us and whoever is riding with the horses, like making sure they turn and stuff.
wait, Deacon, you can go on the horse.
Uh-huh.
So why don't I just go on the horse with you? So once I pass someone's attack of opportunity, I get to attack them.
I don't.
Yeah, true. You can
but
just turn into like a thing and just hop on with you. I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
Let me.
And a wagon is pretty cheap. It's 35 gold.
I don't want a wagon. It's just too big.
Yeah,
We
and
can
we'd
put
have to.
corpses on the
We
wagon.
wouldn't be able to go on like small paths or anything like that.
Why would we need corpses?
Well, no. It's probably because I'm referring to the idea of us getting to places without walking everywhere instead of having like 10,000 horses.
But we can have people like in the wagon sleeping also. If we find like Ulgari, blah 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 Ulga, no. We can bring their corpses back to.
I'm pretty huge. I could just throw them over my shoulder.
We just put them in the cart. We bring them back to the capital, or the
Okay. He has a free to
Adventurers
go
Guild.
grab his card. I don't know if it like slows us down or anything though.
I don't think we'll ever be taking them anywhere.
Bring them
No.
hostage. Bring them to the Adventurers Guild.
I think it's gonna be do or die.
Yeah, bring their corpses. Then the Adventurer Guild can figure out who they are, where they're from.
We just need a head and a bag of holding.
Gibby.
Oh, can we buy a bag of holdings?
I thought we had a bag of holding for the party. Is that not true?
I need to find a bag of holding. Then I need to find lots of knives. Lots of knives.
With the
We need a
size
bag of
armor,
holding
I think
so
it
we
needs
can
to be
catch ghosts.
Bigger than a cart, though.
No, I need a bag of holding, and then I need 20,000 knives.
Plus, with a wagon, we can carry more stuff.
Exactly,
stuff-
and corpses.
No, I do get the point though about the problem with the wagon guys is if we have to go into a mountain or we have to go someplace that's not a path, the wagon can't come with us. What do we do with the wagon and the horses?
We leave them there.
And then we come back and all our stuff's gone.
Well, no.
Well, that
We
depends
put a
on the
little
DM.
note. We put a little note,
Please do not steal.
and we'll give them a lot of water, and we'll surround the horse with water
Well,
and
to be
food.
fair, that's the same thing with a cart because we could just go to a cave and the next moment we're out at the cave for a couple hours.
Yeah, we can
Well,
just like cave in the cave,
The
give the horse some food and
But
water.
like a wagon is enough for 6 people and a lot of other stuff that we can have.
Right, but
Oh,
if
I
we're
was-
going
I
on a
wasn't deba- I
small
wasn't-
trail, a horse could fit where a wagon could not.
Yeah, I wasn't debating wagon versus cart. I was saying wagon/cart versus just horses. Horses are going to be more traversable and get up different tracks than.
Don't worry,
And
I'm
also,
strong.
they're
I
more
will
easy
carry
to
the
hide.
cart.
I mean, you guys can have a cart if you want, but
No,
No, I think he's saying we should pool our money and get one.
oh yeah, no.
we should in the sense of like I have dealt with wagons and horses before. It's not much of a trouble.
What was I just going to look up? I forget. Oh, I
Because
need to have those healing potions.
Because at the moment, like, how small is the path? It has to be really small.
But guys, why do we
For a wagon.
need a wagon right now? Like, why is our urgent need
Shelter.
for a wagon?
Shelter.
We could just camp.
Yeah, we can camp in there, have our stuff, have more materials, have more inventory. We can also use the cart as a bomb.
Well, no, we're not using that. What I'm trying to say is like, well, a wagon could also be used for camping. It could also be used for.
You know what it also can be used for? Not being able to go on path and to camp somewhere where people can't find us. An
Guys, it doesn't
easily
have to be there.
observable
Oh,
They
thing.
can buy a
area
cart, they can
for
buy
the
a cart. I
wagon.
don't understand why we're arguing. If people want to buy a cart, they can buy a cart. Alright, so
I don't know why it's so confusing between a cart and a wagon. Though.
So, do we do combat? Do we just put one person per side?
Alright,
No,
I'm gonna go grab some chips.
how much? I can't remember if I already took
This
gold
is
off or
a
not.
crazy
I think I had 100
conversation.
gold or so to start. Then we got, did we get 3,000 gold each? Yes, 3,333 gold each. That is going to
Yes.
be 3,433 gold. 3,433 gold. And then we bought,
A wagon.
no, then I bought plate, which was 1,500. So,
Hey, Max.
We
Yes.
should bring a wagon, then bring
Can I buy 10
offerings
nets?
to the elves.
Can you buy 10 what?
Can I buy 10 nets?
if you'd like.
Okay, so
It's
Again,
just for the
Matt.
future, because I've been realizing I've been doing a lot of stealth. Nets might be helpful even though I'm not for sure. 400 off. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So just like
Max, can I
restraints.
get a bag of holding?
Give myself plate.
How much would they
No.
That is a magic item
Magic
that we
item,
probably had to grab.
Got it,
from-
got
Yeah.
it, got it.
How much would
Gotta,
they
gotta find a bag of holding,
much
then
is
I
the
have
net
to find
cost?
20,000 lives.
Let's find out. A net is 1 gold each, so 10 gold for 10.
Okay. Fine. 10.
When we were talking about are healing potions the only type of potion they sell?
In this town, yes. It is not known for being particularly magical.
Other towns may have other potions.
Correct.
Troll strength potion.
Okay, so
Giant potion.
Matt, is there actually 2 full plates?
Yes. There are enough
Okay.
full plates for everybody if everybody wanted them. I'm not restricting you.
All right.
Woo!
I have a few like
In this
basic
town.
questions just to make sure. For like thieves tools, if I were to buy a set of thieves tools, even though I'm not proficient, could I still use them or no?
Yes, you just do not get your proficiency bonus, so it's basically like making a dex check to try and use them.
I'm back.
Which I found out I've been doing wrong. I've been having people do sleight of hand for that, but apparently there's a specific, and you know this probably, Max, but everybody else, there's a specific thieves tool check, like, button on D&D Beyond. I didn't know that, so I've been just doing
I didn't
You
know
know
there was
there's
one on
animal
D&D
handling?
Beyond. Yes.
It's crazy.
You need to do it
alright,
to
what I
rhyme
missed-
properly. But
what
I
I-
never
what
worry
I-
about it.
Do we have
You haven't really
rations?
missed anything. Everyone's just been,
Wait, do we have
Fine.
rations?
I haven't been forcing you to worry about rations, but I might if you buy, like, 6 horses.
Okay, well,
I might
I'm not
make
gonna
you
buy one.
enough
Like,
feed for them.
does that change it?
Oh,
Well,
hey,
I'm waiting.
guys,
I'm waiting to figure out what the final plan is with.
I kind of
with
figured out
everything.
something that's kind of breaking in terms of rations, and you can tell me if this is wrong. If you have a druid with wild shape, they can wild shape twice a day, and if you don't lose all your HP while you're in wild shape, when you turn back into your human form, you still have all your full HP.
But
so, as
the
if
wild
I'm an
shape-
animal, I could chop my leg off. I could turn to a cow, chop my leg off, turn back into a human, then cook up some steak.
You
So-
go to your full HP, but that doesn't mean you regain lost limbs.
Oh, is that true?
Yes,
Okay,
or at
what
least
if
it
it's
was
not
in Pathfinder.
What if it's not
If
a
you get
limb?
an arm
What
cut
if it's
off
just-
as a bear,
What if it's not okay? Fine. What if it's not a limb? What if I just shave like some meat or some skin off?
as a druid, you have access to the spell Goodberry.
I
So
know.
just fucking take
I
Goodberry.
know. But the other day I turned into a chicken and I gave my party eggs.
You're a guy. You're a rooster. You don't give eggs. Group.
Whoa, he can transform into a chicken.
I think I could transform into a female chicken. I don't think there's anything in the rules that I have to stay the same sex.
I think that's only a changeling thing.
I transform into a cow and you milk me.
Yeah, I don't have to be a bull. I can be a
I'm
cow.
gonna give you a solid. You could not get food off of wild shit in my case.
Because
What
I
if
don't
it's
think you
milk?
can milk a male cow.
Really, to milk?
No, I know, but I think I could change
Well,
into
yeah,
a
you
female
can,
cow.
right?
I don't think Wild Shape says you have to change your. I don't think it says you have to stay in the same sex or gender.
Anyway,
I don't
let's
think
stop
it
talking
was
about this.
really thought about
What are we
that.
doing, guys?
I don't know. I'm still trying to decide if we should buy a wagon, but Jess
Nah.
over here is like, but we can't go any more small paths. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, if
agree.
you
Like, a
want a
wagon
wagon,
is
go ahead and
better
buy a wagon.
Get more stuff.
Wagons
I
aren't
don't want a
wagons aren't so expensive with the amount of gold you just got that
Yeah.
you would really need to worry about. Oh, hey, my whole party's not chipping in for my 35 gold wagon.
No,
if you
I'm
want
not-
a wagon, go ahead and buy
I'm
one.
gonna buy a wagon, but I want to say we should get invest into just a wagon so we can get to places.
Just buy one then. It's 35. It's not like we're investing. It's like change to us. Loose change. You know what I mean?
Well, then I will get myself two. Is there okay? What type of horses
Two
are there?
wagons?
No,
One
I
set.
would like 2 wagons.
No, I think you got some about the horses, guys. Like one horse or two horses.
two horses. Well, what's the what? Not two horses, but like, what kind of horses?
I'll
are out
I'll
there?
drag it with you. I'll drag it with you.
There are only riding horses.
Oh, no matter what.
no.
I won't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Would
Which
they
is
sell
fine.
trucks?
I'm sorry, what?
Would they sell caltrops?
Yes.
When we buy a horse, do we also have to buy the riding gear and stuff, or does it like come with the horse?
No, it would come with the riding gear.
How many bags of caltrops would they sell?
How many do you want?
All of them? He wants Max. I don't know if you're sensing a pattern. He just wants to buy everything out of stock.
He's big pimpin'.
Daniel, you should watch an anime called Cautious Hero.
So,
The
question.
overly cautious hero.
I'm just looking at stuff that could just.
Max,
be
question: Is the weapon shop owner a male or a female?
Male.
Grab his booty.
Max, I'm sure you're really glad you let us go on a shopping spree.
This happens every shopping spree. I'm not surprised.
Alright.
I guess I'll buy a riding horse.
Dalton, as a general rule of thumb, limit yourself to 10 of anything.
Okay. Because I'm reading the caltrops. It has actually spread a single bag across 5-foot square area.
Yes.
Hmm.
How many javelins do I have?
And they weigh 0.1 pounds, so it wouldn't be that hard to get a bunch.
5. Okay.
But yeah. I will buy 10 if
riding
allowed. How much do they cost?
0.05 gold. So, also known as 5 copper.
Wow, they are incredibly cheap.
Yep.
What do I want to do?
Point.
What are cow trips?
Caltrops, they're little spikes you lay on the ground.
Oh, those. Yep.
So
What to do?
Anybody have any weapon suggestions? Because right now I have a flail. It does 1d8 plus 5.
If you switch to a longsword, you can get the versatile trait, but realistically, I would just stick with your flail. Until you start getting magical equipment, any weapon is fine.
Okay, because I do have a shield, so I'd only want. And you're saying because versatile means you can do one-handed or two-handed, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there helmets?
You notice Kaiser also has a D8 weapon, which is the longsword,
Yeah.
but that's only because he's carrying the shield.
Oh, there's no way to get it. There's nothing that you could buy that's a D10 or a D12. Because it would be two-handed, right?
Not
It's
without
two-handed?
using 2 hands, right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay, cool.
Can I buy a ring of loyalty and put it on?
That's magic.
I mean, a band of loyalty. Sorry.
A band of loyalty?
Yeah.
No, sir, you may not.
I'm pretty sure.
No, why not?
Anything with "of" in the title is magic. Like, I think that's a
Oh,
true
is it?
statement.
Well, there's this one.
Okay, it's a very easy way to discern whether it's magic or not. If you... I am almost certain, hold on, I'll double check this. Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure. If its name is colored, it is magical. If its
This one's
name
not
is
colored,
not
by the way.
colored, you can usually buy it.
they're dread
It's not colored. What's it called? A ring of loyalty?
That's a band of loyalty. It's like
You
it's
found
common.
it on D&D Beyond?
It's
Oh, it's
on,
common? I thought
yeah.
common items were still colored. If it's common,
No, you
that
can have
does mean it's a
magic.
common magical item.
You can have common magic. What you want to do is you want to just. Oh wait, no, you can't do that. Doesn't work.
So are simple
So-
weapons counting the simple ranged weapons or no?
How much?
Yes,
So-
it counts simple ranged weapons, as long as it is simple.
Yeah,
and
because I was
then-
looking at the light crossbow.
Is hand axe probably the best martial ranged weapon then?
No, a bow would be.
There's strength-based bows.
No, there aren't. Fair enough.
I
But I
have
mean,
javelin.
hand axes, you can't throw them wicked. Or javelin would probably be better.
Yeah.
So,
I use
Matt,
javelin.
I think javelins have a bigger range. Yeah.
how much can I sell for the chainmail I was just wearing?
It's like
Chainmail?
I looked
75
it up
gold.
earlier. It's like 70, which they probably would sell it for less than that. So probably like 50.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
you wouldn't be able to sell back chainmail. It's too easy an item for them to make. They don't need yours.
Okay, that's fair.
Can I buy an
If
antimatter
you'd like,
rifle?
you can donate it to the local guard. But other than that,
Sure, why not?
Bro, I like.
They feel special enough that the prince gave them armor.
I'm buying
That's
the
true.
basic light crossbow.
Oh, yeah,
You
know
got
what- You know what's a way to tell? On D&D Beyond, it'll have a cost.
Yeah.
So if there's no cost, it's magic. So the things you're asking
True.
about don't have costs, Deacon. So that's how you know.
Ah, okay.
True.
Light crossbow costs bolts, so crossbow bolts are how much?
So like you asked about
When
the
you buy a
oh,
light crossbow, it will come with 20 bolts. However, you can buy extra.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy extra bolts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry if that counted. Thing came out rude. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait, as a cleric, do I need a staff?
Because I know they come off in like pairs
You
of.
don't need a staff.
you can have one.
Does the staff increase my like?
It's not that easy.
If you buy a magical staff, yes. If you just pick up a stick, no.
How much would bolts cost for 20?
It's not on D&D Beyond. Crossbow bolts, yeah.
The 20.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
they
on-
cost
I'm in roll 20,
5
not D&D Beyond.
Oh, they cost 5 copper for 20.
Okay, so
Alright, now let me fix Kaiser's AC on here for max.
0.005 gold, 0.05 gold. So how much was that? Would be 1 gold? Like 20?
30 or 120.
Yeah, so 20, and then that's 20 times 20.
And 20 or 60. That's fair.
So do you think they'd have 400 bolts in stock?
400? Yeah, they probably would if you wanted that many, but you couldn't carry that many on your person. You could probably carry 40 on your person at a time, but have 400 so that you could refill your quiver and such.
I'm just buying in bulk.
Yeah.
Also, you can technically just pick if you could also just pick up arrows you shoot as well. Correct?
No. Anything that counts as ammunition is considered lost when shot. In Pathfinder, you can roll a survival check to retrieve ammunition. I don't believe that rule exists in 5e. I would probably allow it if you wanted, but honestly, they're so cheap. Unless you're running low, since you bought in bulk, I wouldn't worry about it.
I wasn't sure because just like you're hand waving rations, I've had DMs who hand wave arrows, so I wasn't sure. I gotcha.
You know, here's what it is. As a DM, I generally will keep track of nothing, and you guys can play as immersively as you want. Personally, as a player, I always keep track of ammunition rations down to the copper because it makes it more immersive for me. However, I understand that not everyone likes to play that way, so I don't enforce it, and I just kind of leave people open to. I'm a very lax DM that leave people open to immerse themselves as thoroughly as they wish to.
And
Did you guys notice that Kellerick joined us at the shops?
I'm gonna hop on the D&D Beyond, so I'm not asking stupid questions.
I mean, I don't mind looking. I'm on D&D Beyond looking.
I'm gonna buy some Assassin's Blood.
My hand axe.
No.
Some Assassin's Blood?
I need some chow.
Yep.
Where do I go?
Yeah, okay. You can buy 3 vials of it.
Are you trying to look for weapons and stuff, Kaiser? Not Kaiser, Dalton?
I'm not looking for weapons. I'm looking for other stuff that normally.
Yes, if you're looking for the shop in general, on your character sheet.
Yeah, I found.
Well,
it.
he's
Equipment.
Yeah.
And advantage equipment. Yeah.
the only reason he had to go was because he was originally only in roll 20.
Yes.
So he was just saying he was switching to D&D Beyond.
So how many basic poisons would they have? It's 100 gold per, and it's not. It's just basic poison.
I'm gonna go with they would have 3 of any given basic poison.
Cool. Because yeah, there's one just called basic poison. So.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm also gonna buy some holy water. Flask.
You got it. You know what? You can buy up to 10 of this basic poison.
I will buy 10 of that basic poison.
I'm sorry, I misunderstand. I thought basic was a keyword given to other poisons.
No, it's just called basic poison.
Yes, I see that now.
And then I'm going to need antitoxins just to be safe.
Buy literally as many of those as you'd like.
Cool. I need to figure out how much they cost first.
Yes.
Did that.
50 gold pieces per antitoxin. Because yeah, it's basically for an hour you have saving throws against poison have advantage. So
Yeah,
Not bad.
you could buy a bunch of those if you.
I'll buy 10. As you can see, I'm going through all the stuff I normally ignore, like most people ignore, because I'm a monk. what else am I gonna do with this money?
Yeah.
I find that so funny.
Eventually, you guys will have the option to buy magical items as randoms pop up. So hoarding gold is never a bad idea. Having said that, don't become a saving freak. You feel free to spend your gold on
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Well, here's my main issue with that, at least for me. I'm a monk. What am I gonna get?
There's a lot of good magic
There's
items.
a lot of
for
good
monks.
magic items for monks, yeah.
I mean, the way I see it, like, I know there's bracers of defense, and then, like, you get, like, maybe a short sword.
Any cloak is good. Any wondrous item is good.
Yeah. But, like, for wondrous items, like, I doubt I'd have the money unless I'm actually...
Tattoos.
Oh, yeah,
Tasha
tattoos
came
are
out with a
really
bunch of
cool.
tattoos.
Huh?
I've
not seen
boots.
Belts, staffs.
Yeah, you can find monk weapons that are enchanted.
Yeah.
So, like, a special quarterstaff might appear at some point. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be spending your gold. Your current mindset isn't wrong. I just want to make it clear to you that you will have access to cool magic items just like everyone else.
They also have. I just found out they have wraps. Like you can just wrap your hands, and the wraps are magical. That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I'm more... Because, like, I'm also trying to find stuff that would be good, because I've been essentially the... What's the word? I've been... What's the... espionage? Like,
Spy.
basically, if I can... Yeah, if I can...
Yeah.
If I can
Oh yeah,
set
if we
stuff
can,
up.
if we can get you like a cloak of elven kind at some point, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Basically, I'm just looking for stuff I can... to set up, because that's why I was like, how many caltrops can I buy?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because, like, if I can go invisible, walk around, just set up caltrops, and then run them into a corner.
Bro, there's this shit called Wyvern Poison, and they have to make a saving throw of DC 15 Constitution. And if they don't, then they take 24, so they take 7 D6s of poison damage on a failed save.
I don't think they're selling that.
No, they most certainly are not.
It's 1,200 gold to buy it.
You're selling one for 50,000 gold because it's so rare.
Can I like cut my wings off and sell them for the money?
No.
Shit.
What are you, Angel from X-Men?
No, because of the type of angel, asthma I am. It says I have wings.
Yeah, but actually, all
cut them
do?
I was making a joke.
Yeah, Angel
I
from
mean,
X-Men.
yeah, well,
I was making a joke too because
Yeah.
they
No, that's what I was
also-
saying. You were making the joke.
Yeah.
So, but
Guys,
here's
for
the
only
thing.
20,000. Wait, guys, let's buy nothing. For 20,000 gold, which is exactly what we got, we can buy an airship.
No.
No, impossible to get in this area.
Do they have airships?
do they have airships in
Max,
stock?
do they have
No.
airships?
No.
Aw.
Do they have discounted airships?
Yeah, are there
No.
used airships? Is there a used airship dealership?
They have
Well,
birds.
um,
Dude,
if they have-
airship, John says. Oh, yikes.
If they have airships, we can get some bag of holdings, get some knives in the bag of holdings,
How many
turn
healers
that bag
kits
of
do they
holdings
have?
inside out, and just
Actually,
rains of knives from the heavens.
I'm healer's kit? I'm assuming 10.
I'm sorry, what?
Healer's kit?
You only need to buy one. I don't believe it becomes expended.
Yeah, but I
Airship.
think they do.
As expended, as an action, you can expend one use of the kit.
Oh,
And the
that's
kit
so
has 10
dumb.
uses.
Well, no, but I think there's 10 uses in one kit or something like that. 5?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, 10 uses. He said that.
Oh, you broke up. I'm sorry, Dalton. I didn't hear that at all. I just heard you can expend a usage. I didn't hear how many.
Yeah, you can honestly, you could buy a lot more of those. They're extremely common in this town. You can buy as many as you'd like.
I'm also probably gonna get some healers kits. That's a good
I'm
idea.
just like, after this like last thing, it's like I want to get as many like anti-death.
Is anybody actually proficient in medicine? Because I think there's something, or no, is that a feat that it's like the healer's
That's a
kit?
feat, that's a
No,
I have a
There's
plus
a feat
4.
to make healers kits
and
better,
medicine.
but you can just base use medicine to try and stabilize.
I have plus 4 medicine.
we also got me, Kaiser, who has.
Yeah, but if you go
39.
down, we don't have a proper heal.
Yeah, but like if you guys
You
go down,
guys have
there-
2 paladins and a cleric.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm just.
If
buying
all
them
three,
as
like
a
it's,
save.
Oh no, no, no! You're right.
Especially
You're
when-
right to buy
well,
stuff to be safe, but
Yeah, I just thought it to be safe as well. Same thing with the
It's
healing
not-
potions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should be safe. I'm saying it's like, I mean, at least we still got
Actually, I don't need 10. I'll buy.
I bought 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say I'll buy half of that.
Okay, I think I'm all good. I got a riding horse, I got javelins, I got my healing potion, and I got my plate mail. I think I'm good.
I've been done ready.
is everyone
Dude.
done?
Yep.
Yep.
Waiting on everybody else.
Yep.
Just sitting on a table eating turkey.
Looks like you're doing more than eating it.
It's getting in my belly.
I'll buy some acid.
What?
I don't think acid's good for you, my
Like-
friend.
Like
Not
tab?
that type of acid. Like the
Oh,
damage
okay,
acid.
Oh, that acid. Okay, makes. All right, yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a good. No, that doesn't help. Wait, does
Is
it?
It's 2d6
I wonder-
acid damage. And
are there any dealers
Is-
that sell like tabs of acid in this city?
Equipment. Isn't there like
Uh,
bags of
no.
sand? Is bags of sand a thing you can buy?
Bro, you're in a desert. Get as many as you fucking want.
Well, no, that's not what I mean though. What I mean is there a thing in game where like throwing a bag of sand in someone's eyes will give you advantage or something like that? Like, can
well,
you
it
use a bag
would
of
take
sand?
your
to-
action. It would take
There
your
is an item that is a little bag of sand.
And then does
However-
yeah.
No, it is an item that is usually found in a wizard's kit or something like that. It's involved in one of the backgrounds, and it's an item for study.
Okay. Is there a way to throw something? Is it acid? Is there something you could throw in their face to get advantage? Like, could you blind them or anything like that?
Not that I'm looking at.
Yes, a sword.
Shards of glass.
A sword.
Would they be selling any alchemist fire? It's under the adventurer's gear and it's 50 gold. per.
Yes, they would have alchemist fire. They would probably only have 5 in stock though.
I will buy 5.
What does
right
that
ahead.
do?
So
It's a bomb.
Alchemist fire. This sticky adhesive fluid ignites when exposed to air. As an action, you can throw this flask up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. Make a ranged weapon attack against a creature or object, treating the alchemist fire as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
Oh, see, Jess, I wanted grenades in that other campaign. I mean, come on, that's basically a grenade.
It literally is. I'm surprised you don't like know what it is. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, I told Kyle no grenades.
I had a Warforged.
He
and I'm
wanted like an
yeah,
arm sword,
Okay,
this and that.
Warforged
We're
thing-
gonna progress now. If anyone wants to continue shopping, feel free to do so. If you have any, we chime in.
I'm assuming acid would be the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You guys travel along this path to Grimleon, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To Grimleon.
He's-
By the way, I used to find Steed to summon a warhorse.
You got it. So you guys arrive at the gates of Grimleon, immediately greeted by some elvish knights.
I'm waiting for like the scenery change on Rolt.
There will not be one because I was not thinking we would be going to Grimleon today.
Oh.
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
But wasn't your NPC the one that told us to do it? I don't understand.
Yes.
Interesting.
I thought
Yes,
we
he
would,
was.
we would do more stuff.
Yeah, I do.
I thought
things.
you would do more stuff prior to going to Grimleon, but that
I
is
mean,
fine.
you could-
I could just throw you in the Hillvon background,
Mhm.
but excuse me. I had myself set on the map.
On the
Mhm.
map. He did take
Yeah,
away
that's
all
what
our,
I meant.
he did take away all our subquests. He forced us not
Yeah,
to
it's
do
true.
anything else.
Yeah, you could interpret that however you'd like, but sure.
Yeah, I guess, do we want to have Daniel do, like, the upfront stuff since he's an elf?
Should we not have someone who's the most charismatic? Is he
I'm
charismatic?
very
I
charismatic.
would think racial relations would trump everything else, being how isolationist the elves are.
I require passage through your
We
kingdom.
should definitely not let Agios do this.
Agios, do you say that in game?
I say that in game.
Was that in common?
That was in common, yeah.
They look at each other, then look at you, and they just shake their head no.
They give you the French.
Oh wait, is this the elves? Are we at the
No,
elf
no, no.
place?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
No,
you're at
no,
the
no, no,
elves.
speak
Oh,
common.
okay. Am I transformed into that one thing from before?
Yes.
Idea to lie to the elves, Lyrics.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Guys,
Yes,
I
I
still
do.
transform.
I still think
So-
that we should do a zone of truth. Like, tell
So
them what we
I would
want,
like to
do a
talk
zone
to
of
them
truth.
in
It's a little hard
Elvish.
to do. It's a little hard to do Zone of Truth when one of our party is literally lying to them.
I would like to.
Okay, go ahead, Lyrex. Start speaking in Elvish.
Do I notice someone of importance or?
I mean, no. There are knights right in front of you.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. A fellow elf. I see you have 2 in your party. What brings you to Grimleon?
I'm on a passage to the World Tree by the Adventurers Guild. We've
That's
come
fine.
to talk to the Jinn because there have been more instances of more Jinn fighters coming by.
There's been one instance of a new Jin fighter.
I'm
They
gonna
can't
say more than
understand you.
one.
You're not there.
I'm gonna say more than
No, I
one.
know. I telepathically say that to him, and I say, "There's been one Jin fighter."
You
please
you
make that
can't
clear."
understand him. You can't speak Elvish.
Did they
Oh,
say?
no, you're right. That's a good point.
Did they say
They're
anything?
like stunned. They're like, "What's even? This is not. This is clearly an exciting day for these guards that normally just stand there and do nothing." They ask, "How many in your party speak Elvish?"
And as I step
Daniel-
forward
Daniel
and
raises his hand.
I say I do.
One.
Honored one.
One speaks Elvish.
No, I speak Elvish.
One other person speaks Elvish.
Two.
Two other people.
I'm in hell.
Daniel. Yeah, you, Daniel. And then
Oh,
surprisingly,
2 other people. I didn't know they spoke Elvish.
Daniel's an
Daniel's
elf.
an
Of course
elf.
he would speak Elvish.
When was
All right,
Daniel
we're gonna
an
move
elf?
on.
He's always been an
Then we're gonna move on. That was pitiful, but we're just gonna move on from that.
It's really sad.
They say, "Listen, if you want to get to the Arderin Forest, we don't have permission to let you there, but because you are fellow elves, we can welcome you and your party into Grimleon, and you can certainly make your case in front of the council."
And I say
Is there
council.
protocol to make an appointment to the council?
Head to City Hall, which he points to this giant tower in the middle of Grimleon, and he says you'll meet a receptionist there who can make an appointment.
Ah, thank you. And for your trouble, here's 4 gold pieces.
He looks at the coins and he says, "We do not use that currency."
Ah. I'll be sure to buy you a drink.
with
They just
Thank
said
you.
they
With what
don't accept
currency?
I know. I say thank you for honoring our request in Elvish.
They open the gates and allow you passage into.
Daniel would be telepathically translating. Just so
Argues
Carter
kinda like-
would leave him be.
Told
Argues
you
with, like,
guys
a
it would
dumb
work.
Oh my god.
I'll
No,
get,
except
like,
now we
a-
have to go in front of a tribunal, and if they can see through your thing through some magical means, or if they can, like, detect lies or what, it's, yeah.
Well, here's the
We're
thing.
in
Even,
sick
even,
business.
I didn't say any lies so far.
Well, no, he said,
He just transformed.
he
he's
said,
a cheat.
Bro, he just think about it
He's
this
a
way. He just
changeling.
transformed into an elf so he could speak Elvish.
Yeah, he's a
That easy.
changeling. Like,
Not hard.
Yeah, no matter what, he wouldn't have been in his real. It's not like Lyrex is not what the drawing you see is not his true
no,
form.
that
That's
is
not what.
true, but genetically he is not an elf either. And
Yeah, but he never said he was.
never said he was an elf. They assumed.
that's
They,
fair.
ass-
That's
they
fair.
assumed
That's
I was
fair.
an elf.
That's
I thought
fair.
it would be nice if they saw a familiar face.
Okay, that's fair. You're right.
But
you did
anywho,
outright lie. Okay.
You guys had to. Is there anything you guys?
Yeah, I guess just kind of looks dumbfounded, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, he's never seen an elf. Like, he's never been here before. He's never heard Elvish. So he's like, what the fuck would they say? Like, he's
Daniel
kinda,
is
like, asking you guys.
Elvish.
Yeah, but he's never
Daniel's
spoke
probably
Elvish to us.
spoken Elvish in front of us.
Yeah,
I've definitely cursed at you guys in Elvish before.
Yeah. Also,
I just
apparently,
never seen your character as an elf.
no one knew that I know Elvish, and you guys are probably very surprised because I'm from like the middle of nowhere.
I don't even know you guys that well, so I don't know what any of you guys speak.
I somehow have 5 languages I can speak.
So like, what the fuck just happened? What did they say?
We're going to court.
What?
Or go in the court so we can get to the forest.
We are
Forest court?
we are setting an appeal to the governors of this town to allow us to pass through to the World Tree. And I
I
say,
like that. I like that you have like a different accent when you speak Elvish than when you speak Common. That's pretty good.
She's speaking common right now, though. Alice would
Yeah.
be able to understand her.
That's a good point. You're not speaking
I,
Elvish.
I just I just have a sexier form as an elf than I do as a changeling.
No, I meant
I'm
just
just
was no longer
slightly
speaking.
sexier.
yeah, I snap out of Elvish and I say the same thing.
Sleep well.
Alright, well, to forest court we go.
Mhm.
Just make sure you don't set anything on fire, Kyle.
I don't think it's.
I don't have any fire powers. It's
Yeah.
definitely not me to ask. It's more like
Kaiser, are you
I do.
trying to talk because your green circle keeps lighting up, but I can't hear anything?
What? Oh no, that's because they're bouncing off me. I'm not
Oh,
actually
gotcha.
talking. I'm actually really silent right now.
Mm.
Okay, no, that's fine. Your green circle kept lighting up, and I was like, I can't Discord because
No, no, no.
Discord is gay.
I don't have headphones right now, so it's open to you guys, and it's bouncing it back.
Gotcha.
Mm.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I was talking to my girlfriend for a second there. Are we going straight to City Hall?
Absolutely.
Sounds like it. Straight
Okay.
in.
Let's do this.
You guys walk in. There's a large desk with a line and several receptionists.
And I walk up and I say politely, "Hello, I'm here to make an appointment with."
Do you cut through the line?
Oh no.
Okay. That was an option. I was just asking.
Oh.
If you guys wait in line, you wait about a half an hour because, bureaucracy.
Is there anybody in front of me?
Yes.
It's a line.
What kind
Yes,
of
it is
person
a
is in front of
line.
me?
Probably no.
An L?
What kind of elf?
The green kind. Like, are you looking for a
Sexy
profession?
elf.
No. I'm just like trying to figure out who's in front of me. This is like,
you mean like a sub race of elf?
is it a girl? Is it a guy? Is it old? Is it young?
NPC generator, come to me.
Because I'm in
They're
a
an
line.
old
I'm
creepy
gonna
fuck.
make this useful right now.
It is a female. And she has a bow on her back and looks pretty, independent, if you would.
I'm just gonna talk in Elvish.
Don't need
Excuse
no
me.
man.
She turns back and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Oh, why are you in line? If I may ask.
I need to I need to renew my hunting permit.
Ah, is it usually a long line like this, or?
Always. Are you not from around here?
Ah, no.
Turn off the light, please. I see. Yes, there's always a long line.
Ah,
Lot of red tape in this town.
ah. Do you know, like, any, like, are the people, like, agreeable in the union, or
Generally, yes.
are they, like, nice? Are they a little bit scumbaggish?
You find mostly nice people here.
Alright.
I kind of overhear this and I'm like, "Hello," and I say in Elvish, I'm like, "We're not really from around here, and we're coming to speak to the elder councilman. Do you know much about them? Could you perhaps tell me their temperament, or,
I've never had to personally meet with the elder. No.
do you know how many are on the council, perhaps?"
7.
7. Lucky number, of course.
I'm sorry?
7's a lucky number.
Oh. I've never heard that.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't know what they're saying.
Have you seen anybody that's been to the forest?
To the Otterin Forest? That's
Yeah.
where I'm getting my hunting permit.
Ah.
I've been many times.
What man?
Natives of the land can apply for hunting permits to hunt exotic and yummy beasts.
Interesting. What kind of beasts
Yummy.
do you normally come in contact with? I heard there are many beasts in the forest.
There are. Personally, I only stick to small game, mostly hunting owl bears.
I hear
Quite delicious.
I hear owlbears are very fierce. You must be very strong.
More very cunning.
Owl bears.
Would you like to join us on our adventure once we get to the forest? We help you get your gain. You keep the gain.
I'm sorry, but if you're an outsider expecting to get access into the forest, you're shit out of luck, mate.
Wait, are they?
I'm
Is
afraid-
she Australian?
She suddenly
she's
became
Elvish,
Australian.
Every
So
every world has a south, so there's definitely a southern hemisphere of this world. So
This definitely isn't South though.
I definitely kind of gave them a little bit of a British accent, to be honest.
They all sound sexy as fuck.
Have there been accounts of outsiders getting to the forest?
Never.
Not to my knowledge, at least not that the council has approved.
Oh. Has the line moved forwards yet? I'm kinda
Yeah,
like,
the line's moving forward mid-conversation.
I say
My
to
leg-
Agios, I'm like, Agios, this is familiar. We met you in a line. Good times. Good times.
unpleasant memories. I kind of like fold my arms, start tapping my foot impatiently.
Well, it's been about enough time, we'll say now. You guys have made it to the front of the line, and there's a receptionist that says, I can help you now.
Say hello. We're here on official business. We need to speak to the council about acquiring a permit to get into the forest and the world tree.
And the
I mean,
and the
you could
Ginfighters-
certainly...
I can't
You
say
could
that.
certainly make an appointment, but you're not getting into the Alderan Forest, outsiders. I can guarantee you that.
We shall see.
Wait, Jess, why are you taking the lead on this and not one of our kind of two elves?
Because we can.
I'm going to like come in like, this is very important that we have to get into this forest.
I mean, I will get you your appointment, but I'm just warning you, it will be in vain.
Well, I think that it's better to try the official path before taking the unofficial path, shall we say? Yes?
If you could tell your superiors that the Jinns are making more compatriots as we speak.
I'm not going to tell them anything. You can tell yourself at your meeting, and she checks her schedule tomorrow morning.
Indeed. Could you point us to proper lodgings for the night?
She points you in the direction of the Elven Tavern.
So they have like a blueprint that like every town follows for the taverns.
I don't know what you're talking about. Every town has had a completely unique and interesting tavern. There have been zero similarities.
And a unique throne room.
Yes.
Do you perhaps have a tour guide map, is what we're asking, so that we may find our way through this beautiful and wonderfully unique city?
Yeah, sure. She gives you a map.
Sure.
And that's where we're going to wrap it up tonight. Next session, you guys will meet with the Elven Council.
All right.
So Matt, how did you behind the screen? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. How did you foresee the session going? If we threw you like off the track,
I expected a little bit more lingering in Volford.
But you gave us a turtle, and you gave us a mission. He took all other missions away.
Did you not?
You didn't have any more missions in anyway.
We would have to go backwards,
Yeah, you had to go backwards to Hindcrag to complete any further missions. But there were other things that could have been done in Volford besides just shopping spree and leave. There's nothing wrong with just shopping spree and leave.
Yeah.
But Grimleon is not ready yet.
Do you think that maybe we weren't? Because we were debating not telling the turtle about the Jinns or the Lich or I don't know. Yeah, I wonder how that would if what we told Hitsugaya would have obviously changed what happened. So.
That's true too. You guys really laid everything out on the table for him.
Yeah.
He may not have even given you. You guys weren't necessarily going to get the World Tree quest until returning, because I wasn't sure if you were going to tell him about the Jinn fighter.
He killed my only friend.
Yeah, he killed me.
You'll make new friends, bud. Don't worry.
This sword
doesn't
will slash that person.
I've kind of given
Then
up on
I
my
want
Russian
peace.
accent because I couldn't hold it, and then I slipped into a British accent when I became speaking to an elf. So I was
Oh,
like,
I can't even do a Russian accent.
I can't.
Yep.
I cannot do it very well. I can do this, and that's it.
Hold on.
That
Oh
is
no, no,
not-
I can't.
that is
The
not a
thing is, I
Russian
can't do a Russian
accent.
accent, and I
Are you
am
crazy?
Russian.
Oh, maybe that's because your whole voice is a Russian accent, and you don't know it because.
I don't know.
I had to do a Russian accent for a play when I was in high school,
don't
and it
know.
kind of just stuck since then.
I
In
can do an Australian accent.
in the in
I can understand Russian. And I can, like,
in the one shot
do-
I ran with Max, he spoke with a Russian accent. So
Indeed.
indeed.
Oh, yeah, hey Max, you played a Loxodon. Do Loxodons have a third hand because of their trunk?
Yes, Loxodon can hold item in trunk, much like many race with tail can hold item in
Really
tail.
pure
I-
brain.
I do believe that Loxodon have an extra hand as well.
Now wait,
Just further down.
wait, which animals with which races with a tail can hold things?
Like a dragon.
I am not 100% sure.
I would think
It may
dragons
not
can
exist
tail
in
whip.
Dungeons and Dragons. I know it does in Pathfinder.
Max, we need
Yes.
an NPC called Suka. I want a Suka NPC.
Suka? Why?
Suka.
Suka blade.
No,
Suka.
Max, clearly what you gotta do is save yourself some prep time and literally just take stuff wholesale from Sean's other game. And so we'll just start seeing NPCs pop up in your Friday game because they came from his game.
No, you'll have to just start scribing things. Someone gets a nat 20 on something to describe, and he'll be like, "It's blue." Like, what else? Isn't it like what else? We know it's blue.
It's like,
Like I shouldn't have to
There-
question
There
you.
is
Not,
Tell me
according
shit.
to the official rules, there is no 5e race that can hold item in tail. However, there are some in Pathfinder.
Okay.
Mm.
But the Loxodon trunk thing is still true.
The Loxodon trunk thing is still true, yes.
Yeah, Ben
I know this because I personally very much enjoy playing Loxodon monks that smack people with their trunk.
I was gonna ask about that. How does the
The trunk
attack
monk.
work? Because typically you get to attack something with your offhand. Can then you hypothetically do 3 attacks?
No, there is no official rule that the trunk grants you additional attack.
Okay.
So what's it good for?
However, in theory, you can dual wield items as monk. You can have sword in each hand. And then as monk, you can bonus action unarmed strike. And then you can do that with your trunk, since it is technically an unarmed strike.
Could you also be a dual wield fighter, have like rapier, and then hold a shield or something in your trunk?
I do not believe so.
This is
no.
turned into something DM.
I believe you are not. You can hold items in your trunk, but I do not believe that the raw rules allow you to gain additional things because your trunk does not count as your offhand. Your trunk cannot hold your weapon when you are dual wielding, and your trunk cannot defend you when you are holding a shield.
Okay.
However, your trunk could be holding a third item or act as an additional hand in combat. So, for example, normally to perform a proper help action mid-combat, you would need to have a free hand.
Yeah.
However, if you have a sword in one hand and a shield in another, you could perform the help action with your trunk.
Or technically, couldn't you, if you had to hold a focus, you could hold your focus with your trunk?
Most things in D&D say
Traditionally,
Oh, sorry.
traditionally, your focus does not necessarily need to be a held up. You can have a focus that is around your neck or even in your pocket or tattooed to yourself, potentially. For example, it is an actual rule that clerics can have their focus be a holy symbol that is tattooed somewhere on their body.
Hmm. Interesting.
So in theory, yes, if your focus is a staff, then or a wand or something that requires to be held, you can
Right.
use your trunk to hold it, so both of your hands still free.
Mm.
I'm
It's-
just imagining now a cleric who has like a tattoo on their leg for their symbol, and they're fighting a vampire, and they're just rubbing their leg on the vampire.
Oof. It's getting a little
I
sexy.
imagine kickboxing cleric with holy symbol on shin.
All right. Wow,
Uh,
we're so
it's-
early tonight. It's so weird.
it's sad
Yes.
Max can't make it to Monday.
Max,
Yes,
you can't make it on
unfortunately, I
Monday?
need to leave the campaign for the moment at least.
Oh, I hadn't gotten the update. Okay.
Yes, because it only was discovered today, and the first person I told was the DM.
I see.
You see, I recently, for my business, acquired very big collection of models in very bad condition, and so I needed to get another night where I could work at night after my normal shift, in order to repair, organize, repaint, rebuild, etc. These statues and models I have gotten, and it meant leaving a D&D campaign, and I chose Monday because it was the newest one I was in, yes. However, it makes me incredibly sad because, truth, I do not frequently get the chance to play such a passive character. I'm used to playing in settings where I am forced to play as leader. However, because John and Kyle are in said campaign, and they are very good at taking initiative, I was able to play a character that the party did not have to rely on
Oh,
being a lead
How's
role.
this gonna make Andrew feel now?
I
I
know.
actually rather thought that I was playing Frax more passive than my traditional things. I thought, but
It more passive, perhaps.
But you're still Kyle.
Still
Kyle.
taking.
Still
This is not even an insult. It is just you are taking initiative. You are doing things to guide the party in a direction. Something that normally I am required to do in the play groups that I am used to playing with. I'm used to needing to keep a group on track. Since I did not need to do that for this Monday campaign, I took it as an opportunity to play a socially awkward, very shy, silent character, so that I was not. It's something I do not usually get a chance to roleplay as for an entire campaign.
I'm so
and
sad.
you
I was
you
so
said-
happy to finally be able to play next to you because we never
Well,
get to
you
play
said-
together.
you said it's only
I know.
temporary until the inventory runs out, and then what?
I am not sure. We will see. We will see what happens. I do not expect me to come back within 2 months at the earliest. It is possible that it will not happen at all. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Alright,
You know.
Tom, send me the invite.
Who, me?
There's not even a Tom here. What are you talking about?
You mean me?
I'm back.
I swear. it's
Sean.
Oh, Sean.
You mean me?
Tom. Yes,
Di-
yes,
Deacon, you joining?
yes.
But
It's
it's
Tom again. I remember there being a Tom.
it's
And when
a
you were in
different
the-
person.
There's a Tom in Loot and Scoot, if that's what you mean.
So
Yeah, because it
Deacon,
was me, Sean, John, and Tom were in a
It's-
call.
Deacon, remember it's
6
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern.
On it would be Tuesday for you. I don't know.
It's 9 a.m. on Tuesday, which I
Yeah.
have available.
Oh, you do.
There you go.
Cool.
Alright, you will be. I'm sending you the link. We can build your character now. It's level 1 still.
Yeah, we're
I-
struggle
so
busting
I
as
will
level
let
1.
everyone know as I with work, but if possible, I will definitely 100% rejoin campaign. But for the moment, assume I will not be there
Boo.
until
I
further.
will. I will have a way of getting you off the campaign while make it still a fucking mystery at
You
the
got it.
same time.
I feel like he will be kidnapped.
Hey, before your character leaves, can you give all of our characters tooths and hairs so we can just speak telepathically?
Kyle
No.
is
It
so
only
jealous.
works for me speaking to them. It is not a telepathic link, and I can only do one at a time. So now that I have given Andy tooth and hair, I cannot give other people tooth and hair without making Andy's tooth and hair inert.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides,
All right.
fuck you all. I like Andy. You all suck.
Kyle's been so jealous.
I didn't say jealous.
I said jealous.
I did not understand the choice in the moment, but I talked about it with Max afterwards. So,
Mhm.
Dude, but that campaig's like it's getting really good.
I
who is
agree.
streaming Agios Oh, for the character creation.
Agios.
You
Ooh.
want to know what
No,
the
man, there's
current?
several other people.
I'm sorry, what?
So for
there's
improvised
several
weapons,
of them.
you don't get proficiency, correct?
I don't believe. I think you need to be proficient in improvised weapon.
Because yeah, I'm looking.
I'm
at
not
it,
sure
it
though. That's a
doesn't-
Google.
It doesn't specify.
For Deacon, do you want to know who's already in the party before you make your character?
Yeah, I'm just.
Hi,
trying to-
John.
Yeah.
Prove that.
You've been here forever and you've been muted, and I've just been staring
Oh,
at you,
were in
waiting
middle of
for
the
you.
campaign.
Yes.
He did
I'm
not.
just
He was polite. He did not wish to interrupt. I completely.
I was so jealous. I tried to rip out your hair.
Oh, I forgot that happened. Yes, you did.
I was
Yes.
so jealous that you gave to Andy
Yeah.
that I literally tried to rip out your hair.
And then I like friggin' wrestled you to the ground and shoved your
And,
face
like,
on the floor.
I'm like, why are they stopping me? Don't they smell what I'm cooking?
I smelled it and it
Yes,
stung.
Deacon,
unfortunately, it
Deacon,
would not have worked
Deacon,
if you had taken my
Deacon.
half.
Oh.
Deacon,
You
Deacon,
can just say it once.
Deacon.
Yes.
We can't both talk to Deacon at the same time, so I guess I'll wait for you to be done. Then I'll talk to Deacon.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream here. Say bye bye, everybody.